goes get that #1 position, say we're the best in the world. It's no
And
more
we
EU
live,
versus you or
baby.
NA versus NA. We've got them here live at the convention center. It's been so awesome, so amazing. This competition's just been building up to this moment, and I just can't wait to get it started. Honestly, that first series is going to be insane.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, they're
man.
representing their guilds, right?
Yep.
So their guilds are going to be not only doing this arena competition, but after that, they're going to be going head-to-head in a little bit of Mythic Plus. So I'm sure all of these guilds who've flown in basically their champions to compete in these events are going to want to, you know, not only win the arena, but also the Mythic Dungeon competition. So
sweet,
very, very exciting. After that, we are going to be having a showcase of the new raid in 10.2. So it's going to be interesting to see all of these guilds kind of come together and overcome that obstacle.
Yeah, they're going to be competing against each other, then coming together, much like the Horde and the Alliance throughout the history of World of Warcraft. So it's going to be a very exciting day. Absolutely can't wait to get it started. But of course, we are going to be focusing in on the arena part of the competition to begin things. And we've got Echo versus the Golden Guardians. We're likely expecting Waz to come in on that Rogue, Raikou on the Mage, and Cubsy here on the Restoration Druid. For the Golden Guardians, it might be a bit of surprise, but it seems like the European teams are particularly
we got to go to this
about
next
them
year,
because
man.
they're so aggressive, like you mentioned.
Yeah, stylistically, their team, when they come together, they play very aggressive compositions in nature. So if they can get you on the back foot, it could be a very difficult thing to deal with. So we'll see what Echo's going to do. They're one of the most seasoned teams in this event. And I mean, Europe is obviously very good at World of Warcraft. They've done very well in international competitions in the past. But we'll see if the Golden Guardians are up for the challenge.
We got North America cheering them on. Sea-Doo down the bottom side.
Ireland, I know.
Oh,
dude, peekaboo, bro. That dude's such a champion.
Here because it's single elimination. You only get one best-of-5 series, and then you are out of the competition. There's a lot more pressure.
Cataclysm is actually good. Thankfully, the Botox procedure went completely fine. It may not have been as optimal as maybe they would have liked it to have been, because long story short, your vocal cords, like, they're always moving, right? At least somewhat. So they're like kind of trying to hit a moving target, so that can be hard.
Yeah, and
but no complications, and now we just wait to see if it works at all. If so, how effective was it? It'll take them, Calexandra, about a year's time to really get an answer to two things. Is it working at all? And if so, what dosage is the right dosage to give her every time she does it? So she's going to get it every 2 to 3 months. If it works, then she'll do that for the rest of her life. But it'll take about a year's time to get the right dosage. But I mean, I guess it won't take a year to figure out if it works out at all, because once they start getting at least relatively close to the proper dosage, they'll be able to tell, like, hey, it's helping me at least a little bit, right? And so, but it's pretty low risk, so there's really no risk of it. It's not exactly free, but but it's no risk. Well, I wouldn't say no risk. I'd say low risk. So thank you for praying. I appreciate that so much. Yo, Lockset, good to see you. Yes, Daenerys did go well. Thank God. Thank God. By the way, shout out to the homies watching on the good old. We got some watching on Twitch. Kick. Lockset with a 9-month on resub on Twitch. Sub Legends. Kissy Shell. Susie, you S-tier human being. I hope your stream is legendary, that you got some sleep after playing Rumble all night. I'm not going to lie, guys. Rumble is good. I really enjoyed Rumble. Squinty, I'm doing a live watch party today, man. We'll be live most of the day today. So good, bro. Rumble is very good. I recommend you guys downloading if you like RTSs, which I didn't know that I really did, and I'm still kind of feeling it out. But I'm enjoying it, man. I am thoroughly enjoying playing Warcraft Rumble. I'm having a lot of fun. Maybe we will make a guild on it, Daenerys. I haven't unlocked the ability yet. I haven't unlocked it. Alaskan, good to see you on Twitch. Hopefully doing well. Riptor on Kick says, bro, I've been waiting to hear from you about this, man. Says, so hyped for everything that was announced at first glance. Season of Discovery, which I really want to get your thoughts on this. Season of Discovery. Didn't exactly seem what I was hoping for, but after the deep dive, I'm super pumped. Yeah, I think a lot of us kind of felt that same way. Like when we first got the information, we were like, what does this like actually mean? But here's the deal. I think now, after hearing about it, I think it's actually cooler than we even thought. You can totally tell Peekaboo is streaming, by the way. You can totally tell he's streaming. Dude, what a I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that's Sea-Doo, bro! That's Sea-Doo, Panda. I think that's Mez, right, on the other side right here. I forget her name, but she's a caster. I enjoy her casting as well. Bro, this is... God, dude. Guys, next year we all have to go, okay? We have to go. We got to make a Unity trip. We have to go next year. There's no way we don't, okay? There was no way I was going to make it possible this year, but there's no way we don't go next year. I will sell my car if I have to. I should probably sell my car anyway, but... I'm done. Concave coach has a Unity guild going right now, can only hold 15 members. Oh, snap, bro. Yeah, that's a bummer, man. They can only hold 15 people. That is absolutely a bummer, man. They gotta increase it, dude. They really do. They're gonna make that a bigger number. And 7, good to see you on YouTube, friend. How are you, homie? I know, for real. Luna, look at all these gamers. Guys, just look at this. Just look at this. But now I want you to picture a place where this is just a Friday night. Imagine a world where this isn't just like a once-a-year convention, but this is just a Friday night. Like, imagine. Like, how insane would that be? How insane would that be? Riptor, I can actually keep up with classic leveling speed as a casual and experienced class balances and new experiences without being left behind. Tanking, shaman, rogues, and paladin, actually strong, Redditin, warlock, tank, melee, hunter. I mean, come on. All the things we wanted to try. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Pastor Angus with the 22 months, dude. You're a legend, dude. I need to get you to sail the seas with me. Good day, brother. Hope all is well with you. Pastor Angus, thank you for supporting my family for 22 months, bro. From the bottom of my heart, God bless you. I appreciate you. You are an S-tier human being. Thank you so much, man. How's everything been, bro? But Riptor, yeah, dude, I mean, dude, we're getting warlock tanks. We're getting shaman tanks. It's going to be a brand new way to play the game. And honestly, bro, Riptor, honestly, think about it this way, right? This is almost like, it's almost like a WoW 2. Now hear me out. Here's why Classic Plus Season Discovery is almost like a WoW 2. Because they are willing to literally change anything and everything. They said they are willing to take the game in a direction it's never gone before. They are making raids that have never been in the game before, even though it's from a dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, that we've seen, but it's never been in raid format. They're adding new bosses we've never seen. They said that they are willing to take maps that they've made over the years, but never finished. Like basically unfinished products that got cut before it actually got released in the game. They're willing to finish those maps and then put them in the classic version of the game. And they even said, like, we're willing to do things like we've never done. So basically, like, instead of just reliving a version of the game we've already played, they are going to literally be making a version of WoW we've never played, which in a sense is pretty much a WoW 2. And they did say they're committed to like sticking with the old classic feel of the game. So it's not exactly a WoW 2 that maybe people have been thinking about, like a building upon the current modern systems, but in a way, it's almost like a WoW Classic 2, and I'm here for it. I think it's gonna be an absolute blast. I think it's gonna be so much fun, bro. I think it's gonna be so much fun, bro. Because I think there's so much opportunity for them to literally do everything. And here's the deal. They even said, like, we're gonna do a ton of experimenting. They're gonna do a ton of experimenting. They're gonna try it all, dude. They're just gonna throw things at the wall and see what happens. Yeah, St. Bear. It's gonna be like another old school RuneScape. Absolutely, bro. Bro, an open world strategic Ashen Vale PvP. I'm putting fire in every single thing that we always wanted. Bro, they're listening, man. They are actually listening, which is gonna be crazy. Darzio on TikTok says, hey, Susie, I saw the expansion coming out. I'm really thinking about coming back to WoW. Guys. This is the best time to come back to World of Warcraft ever. Did you guys hear the news? Let me show you real quick. Oh, Luna sent me this last night, our guild leader, and I about lost my mind. Y'all have to see this. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is some of the biggest WoW news for Unity I think that literally has ever existed in the game. Cross-realm guilds coming in the next expansion. An unrestricted cross-realm mythic rating. Did you hear what I just said, friends? That means that no matter what server you are on, as long as you're on NA servers, you will be able to join Unity Gaming's guild. You're going to be able to rock the Unity Gaming tag above your name, rock the guild tabard. Unity Gaming, going to the moon, baby! Bro, this changes literally everything. This changes literally everything. I know, Desert Dwarf. I want a refund on all my transfers. Oh, Luna, when you sent me this, I about lost my mind. I about lost my mind. So crazy. Yo, Zachary, welcome on YouTube. Hopefully doing well, friend. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Zachary, what do you mean? What do you mean only Twitch, my friend? I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick. I'm actually not live on Facebook today. TikTok, all the places. And I want to tell you, man, if for those of you, I see you, Darzio, if you're thinking about coming back to World of Warcraft, come be a part of our positive World of Warcraft community. Link in my bio on TikTok. We got raid teams ranging from Normal to Mythic, Mythic Plus nights, Transmog events, so much more. And here's the deal. They are making it better and better and better for there to be more unity amongst WoW players. And I don't mean that, no pun intended. It's a very strategic name that I picked very much on purpose. Come on, somebody. And we don't have any official announcements on this just yet. But here's what we saw in the cinematic, right? We very much saw unity between Horde and Alliance in that video. I mean, literally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know who. I know the face and I know the character of the orc that's in that video. That wasn't Thrall, right? I'm really bad at lore. Don't judge me, chat. Was that Thrall? I don't think that was it. Thrall? Okay, it is Thrall. It's Thrall. Okay, it is Thrall. It is Thrall. It's Thrall. Okay, so I thought it was Thrall, but I was like, I think I'm wrong. Okay, it was Thrall. Cool. All right, so I actually know a little bit more than I thought. We see Thrall and Anduin talking, and I mean, Thrall is giving Anduin some positive vibes, bro. Okay, and he is all like, bro, I trust you. Like, we gotta have each other's back. And then Anduin says to Thrall, like, wherever you go, I'm with you. I think 11.0, we're finally going to see a full, complete cohesion and unity between Horde and Alliance, right? Let's talk about the end of Shadowlands. We kind of see them. They're in Orgrimmar for the final cutscene. And, like, you think they're about to make up, but then they don't. They end up going out of Orgrimmar and they leave. And you're kind of like, dude, this could have been such a cool moment to kind of just, like, bury the hatchet, but whatever, they didn't. And then just randomly in the middle of Dragonflight, in the middle of Shadowlands, then Horde and Alliance can just randomly play together, but with no storyline, right? No storyline. And then obviously throughout Dragonflight, now we have cross-faction guilds, but there's still some, limitations. I think 11.0, here's my hope anyway, they're actually going to write it into the story where, like, hey, Horde and Alliance are, like, we're good now. Because we're kind of in an awkward middle now. You know what I mean? Like, we're in just, like, a weird middle where, like, as players, like, you and I, Horde and Alliance, we can play together. And, like, the story, they're getting close to making up, but, like, they haven't just yet, And so I think 11.0, they fully just write it into the story, and my goodness gracious, they get rid of all the in-game limitations. If I have to try to queue up for another time walking and invite people in to only realize we're on the same faction and I can't hit join queue, I may lose my mind. Like, Blizzard, don't make me do it for another expansion. Just don't, you know what I mean? Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. So I'm telling you, bro, I think 11.0, it's just, they're going to bury the hatchet and we are going to be good to go. By the way, we are just simply waiting for the guild clash to complete. But while we're waiting, friends, might as well check out, see if there's any new Wowhead posts. And by the way, you can only see this on Twitch, but I did just release this morning my BlizzCon 2023 recap. If you have not heard all the announcements, have not gotten the information about what's been going on, I did just release a brand new BlizzCon recap talking about the new WoW expansion, the World Soul Saga Classic Plus, which is called Season of Discovery, Cataclysm, all that and more in 11 minutes. Go check it out. I'll put a link in the chat. If you're on Twitch, it's pinned at the top, but on all of the platforms, I'll put that in the chat for you right there. Let's go. But we're waiting for this to start. And then we got about an hour and a half until the actual WoW deep dive, which I'm really pumped for. Yeah, we saw some stuff about, you know, Anduin saying like there's no more light left in him. And we're gonna have to wait, man. Like, it kind of almost gave me vibes that, like, is Anduin gonna go bad? I don't know, bro. I hope not. But I'll tell you, if you guys have not seen this cinematic already, I'll just kind of play it in the background, no volume. But this cinematic, guys, is built different. There were moments while this video was playing that I had to look real close to be like, is this a real person or is this insane graphics? Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Kissy, yeah, I got the he's gonna go dark vibes until then it like turned around. But like for me in the middle of the video, it could have almost gone either way. Like he's either dealing with the guilt and Thrall's gonna convince him to like turn himself around, or he's gonna go full dark. It was the moment like when he had the sword pointed at Thrall, but then obviously when he puts it down and he's like, hey, whatever you're doing, I got your back kind of thing. Then it's like, okay, he's not going dark. He's just, you know, he just dealing with that guilt and everything. But crazy, man. For a second, I was like, it could have been insane. Yeah, dude. I saw that on, wasn't Twitter. I think somebody posted in Discord. I don't remember where it was, but somebody showed a side-by-side picture of Anduin holding his sword and the Lich King holding his sword. And I will actually show it in a second when this pops up right here. Then we'll be good. Roxetta, can anyone co-stream the Guild Clash event, or do you need special permission? Yeah, anyone can stream all of BlizzCon. All the events that happen at BlizzCon, anyone is able to do it. Absolutely. DJ, I think Anduin's no light left moment, I think is a bridge between Horde and Alliance. Like no one is all good or all bad connection. You know what, dude? That's actually a good point. Roxetta, appreciate that follow. Welcome, my friend. God bless you. Hope you're doing well today. If you're looking for a positive WoW community, consider joining Unity Gaming. Link in the chat right there. Would love to have you. But yeah, because I do feel like there have been vibes over the years where like Alliance kind of felt like they were better than Horde. Like we're like the pretty nice humans and everything, and you are like the dark, gross monsters. But I think Anduin experiencing this level of like shame almost. I think it's almost a humbling moment for him where he's like, you know what? All of us are jacked up, bro. Like all of us are jacked up. Check it out. Check it out. All right. See this moment? This exact moment. I'm going to do a quick Google search. Lich King. And I guarantee it's going to pop up. Chat, y'all see this? Wait, no, that's a video. That's not what I wanted. I want the picture. Where is it? Y'all, you can't really see that. I'm trying to find you. All right, you can see it if I do this. Oh, let me close some of these tabaroonies. I got way too many tabs open. You see that picture? And then chat. Is there no correlation? We don't know. We do not know. Like this could literally go anywhere. Spicy though, huh? And you know, they could be putting that in to throw us off. They could be putting that in almost as like it doesn't mean anything for the future, but it's a moment of like almost darkness, right? So they made the screenshot look like obviously someone that was in darkness. So like it might not mean anything for the future, but I don't think there's no correlation. It's just too closely, I don't know. But I don't necessarily think it means anything for the future, you know what I mean? Bro, this cinematic is so good. Guys, out of everything you've heard so far, across all platforms. Let me know on Kick, Twitch, TikTok, all the places, YouTube. Which announcements are y'all most excited for? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Bro, like right here, obviously not Thrall. He's obviously not a human. But like right here, I was like, bro, is this freaking real, bro? Because like the tears in his eyes, I was like, bro, this is like, bro, it's freaking nuts, dude. Insane. And you think it's like, so you think they're foreshadowing a tough decision Anduin will make, like a Strathholm situation, bro? It could be, man. Like, yeah, anything could happen, dude. Anything could happen, bro. Like, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Taos, where'd you put the picture, bro? I 100% agree that World of Warcraft needs to make another movie. They need to make a Netflix show, bro, or, you know, on whatever platform. They need to make it, bro. But here's what I would say. If they're going to make a movie, I would prefer for it to be a World of Warcraft movie. You know, and this was my mistake for just not paying enough attention, but I very much went into the Warcraft movie expecting it to be a World of Warcraft movie, which they did not market it to be, right? That was just me and my ignorance. But I'm not a huge lore guy. I know enough about World of Warcraft to kind of know what's going on, but I'm not a huge just lore guy across really just like anything. But I'll be honest, I didn't really understand what was happening for the most part in that movie because I didn't know the Warcraft story. So I would love to see a World of Warcraft type movie. But ultimately, dude, I just think if they made more content like this, dude, I think it would make them money, bro. I really do. I think it would make them tons of money. Yeah, here we go. Cal sent this to us. Check it out, dude. Check it out. Yeah, so yeah, and that's Warcraft. Warcraft storyline, like, is the beginning of World of Warcraft. Correct. But I don't know. I wanted to see all the races. You know, I wanted to see like dwarves and unalives, whatever. Torrent. Like, I wanted to see I wanted a World of Warcraft movie. But I'll be honest, like, I don't know why they don't create a full-blown like Netflix show, man. You know, like, I just think it'd be sick, dude. I think it would absolutely be amazing. I would watch the crap out of that, bro. Would absolutely watch the crap out of that, dude. It'd be so good, man. So good. Wait, Coach, Netflix already announced they're working on a show? Wait, so you're telling me this is like official, that Netflix already said they're working on a World of Warcraft show? Are you being for reals? Wandering. I thought I was going to be the most excited about new expansions, but hot dang, Season of Discovery. And dude, it comes out in 3 weeks. It comes out in 3 weeks, guys. You realize that? Like, let's open up a calendar. Calendar 2023. Like, because this is, no, I don't want an Amazon calendar. I want an actual calendar. Maybe just images. Yeah, here we go. Give me a calendar. Give me a picture of a calendar. So, all right. So right now, obviously, it's the 4th, right? Next week, I'm gone in Texas speaking at that event. Oh, yeah, you guys don't see everything I see. Okay, here we go. Speaking at the event next week in Texas. Then we get back. The 14th is Season 3, okay? The launch of the new raid, new dungeons, all that good stuff. We are doing a streamathon starting in this day with the more support that comes in across all platforms, donations, bits, subscribers, all that good stuff. All of that is going to extend the hours of the stream. And by the way, I just noticed Zenatonic with a $10 dono. Let's go! I'm still messing with my alerts across all platforms because it is now way more complicated to have alerts go off because they are, you know what I mean? When you try to have alerts from 5 platforms happening, it gets a little spicy. But Zenatonic says, man, thank you for putting on the watch party. I've been enjoying it. Keep being you, Susie. Zenatonic, thank you so much for helping us get the first $2 on that donor goal from the bottom, Harmon. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Super kind, man. So we are doing a streamathon starting on that day, and then November 30th, guys. So we have like 2.5 weeks of season 3. We have a full tyrannical week, full fortified week, first 2 weeks of raiding, and then season of discovery comes out, which, if you don't know, is pretty much Classic Plus. Okay, pretty much Classic Plus. There's going to be a brand new, let me show you, season of discovery. Let's see if they have the BFD cinematic video, right? From, dude, it is crazy how fast these people get videos out, dude. It's crazy what you can do when you have editors. That is nuts, bro. These guys are physically at BLIZZCON. They're not even at home, and they're pumping out. Sheesh, it's nuts, dude. Good for them. Good for them, bro. They've worked hard. They've earned it. It's just, it blows my mind. BFD. I want to see the video that they showed us. Maybe they don't have a specific video, but they did show the video somewhere here, right? Like the actual footage. Yeah, here it is. So we have a new Black Fathom Deeps raid. It's a 10-man raid. Trenador, what's up, baby? How you doing, man? It's a 10-man raid coming to basically Classic Plus, but it's officially called Season of Discovery. And they are going to build on all of it. They're open to adding new zones that have never been in World of Warcraft before. They are open to adding new raids that have never been in World of Warcraft before. And the unique thing that, honestly, I actually did not expect them to do. I did not expect them to actually do is they are taking an old dungeon and turning it into a raid and making it bigger and adding more bosses and new loot to it. I honestly didn't even think of that as an option. I thought they would just add like a new raid that's never been in the game before. But this is almost better because, again, what's the whole point of Classic? The whole point of Classic is that they miss some of the old ways the game used to be. So this is crazy cool because it's something old but new at the same time. Up until this point, Classic WoW has only been like redoing old stuff. Like, unless you didn't play it back then, but most of the people that play WoW Classic are nostalgic players or people that just miss the way the game used to feel, and they're just doing the same stuff like again. And that's been some of the biggest feedback I've heard as why people don't play Classic. Like, for example, Alexander, who might still be in the chat, longtime member of the community, she often says, like, I just don't play Classic because, like, I've already done it. Already completed it, you know? I got another member of the community who says the exact same thing, and now he plays a lot of retail. He's like, yeah, just, you know, I've already done it, right? But the unique thing, yeah, there she is. She says, yep. The unique thing is, like, this has never been done. It's actually new content. Like, and I'll give you guys a preview. I'm going to show S-Fan. I watched this last night. Where is it? Should be, yeah, right here. So S-Fan, dude, this opportunity is just nuts. But S-Fan, some other streamers, and some of the developers, he played a shaman tank, and they went into BFD together. Like, they did some of the raid, not all of the raid. They didn't get, you know, they didn't want to give all of it away. But this is actually footage of them play testing the new Black Fathom Deeps raid at BlizzCon. And you hear them in Discord with, like, the actual developers. It's really cool. And they're like answering questions, and they're, you know, explaining how the game works and everything. They don't, if you watch this video, they don't say too much in the video. You hear the developers saying over and over again, you know, we're about to do the deep dive in like an hour, so we don't want to give too much away. But they're helping them understand how the game works, talking about things that are coming. Just really cool. And literally the footage you're watching, the POV, is a shaman tank. He is tanking as a shaman. Crazy. You're also going to be able to tank as a warlock. You're going to be able to be a mage healer, and they showed us just a snippet of some of the new abilities that are coming, and they said this is just a preview. Like there's much more than what we're showing you now. Now, the one curiosity and concern that I do have from watching this video, but again, we're gonna wait till the wild deep dive later today, is it was S-fanned, and let me see if I can actually find it, right? Let's see if we can find this moment. I want to see this.
God, the water shield might be
threat. Wait, I don't have my glow again.
It's not the
red
end.
is nuts. So yeah,
But basically he asks him, like, is there more content at release, or is this like the only raid and dungeon?
Molten Blast is like
Sunders. Okay, I'm gonna heal
for a little loom.
I want to find it.
this cast right here.
You know
Get
what?
ready to get knocked back.
I watched this whole 20-minute video, but I'm not gonna be able to find it. But basically, and again, the developer was like, I can't say too much. The deep dive is happening in a little bit. You'll have to watch that. But he basically says, like, at launch, like, this will be what people do. And so it's a 10-man raid. It's on a 3-day lockout, so you can do it every 3 days and get more gear. But like, I want to, are there more dungeons to do? Are there going to be more raids at the very, very beginning? Because a 10-man raid, and I'll be honest, like, they clear a few bosses in this with ease. Wasn't too challenging. Now, granted, do they have like really good gear that they're giving off the bat? Like that, I'm not fully sure. But if they're gonna do it, I want to make sure it has like enough content, right? I love the changes. Love the fact that you only have to level 100. You know, like, to level 25. I don't know why I said 100. I was reading something in the chat. Only level 25. But if there's only one raid, like, there's got to be more, right? He did say you need to gather your pre-bits to make it easier. So that means RFC, WC, unalive mines will be farming the best loot. Oh, okay. So that's better then. Because if those dungeons are scaled differently and the gear is different, then that will be good too. That's legit. Yeah, and it shows him picking his runes at the very, very beginning of this video. Let me see. I remember watching him do it. Yeah, okay, so right here. So basically what you're watching right here, guys, there are going to be different runes that I'm not sure how they're acquired. I don't know if they're automatic or you have to farm them. That I'm not sure. And basically, you can put different runes on different pieces of gear. So you see right here that these different options can all be placed on your chest. Only one at a time, though. And they will completely change your playstyle. You can see they've got some options for the legs here. It does say 12 out of 12 runes collected. So I'm assuming that you have to go out and get them and not just given to you, which I prefer, right? That's an MMO. Give me something to go get and work towards. Oh, that does make sense, Waning. It's part of the whole discovering thing. You have to go around and discover these. Okay, that's pretty cool. That is actually, that's pretty cool. I enjoy that. I actually enjoy that. And so, for example, you can see S-Fan is playing a shaman, and on his chest, he has a rune called Shield Mastery. That is going to make him tanky. So, like, you'll have some flexibility of which runes you use and which talents you use and which abilities you use, because there's brand new abilities that have never been in the game that are coming. And that is going to help determine, like, your playstyle. So, like, I think this is going to be really cool. I think this is going to be really, really, really cool. And they did already kind of allude to the fact they, like, spoiled that they're looking to make Nomeragon a raid. They're looking to make Scarlet Monastery a raid. There was a few more that they alluded to. Which ones did you guys see yesterday? I forget the other ones. I just remember Nomeragon and Scarlet Monastery, which is pretty cool. Yeah, as legend goes, I think it's really, really great that they are making the level lower so that people don't have to. There's not so much of a barrier to entry. Oh, Karazhan Crypts, Wailing Caverns. Oh my goodness. That is insane. That is insane. That's crazy, crazy. Really? Riptor, the 10-man raid BFD will only be live for a few weeks before the next level increase. Wait, they're gonna be increasing the levels that fast? I thought it would be like months. I mean, not that they said that. I just figured. Yeah, Wailing Caverns as a raid is going to be such a vibe. Guys, put a 5 in chat if you're going to try Season of Discovery. I honestly think it may end up being a big community thing. Because you're a legend. I think it actually may end up being a big community thing. Because I think there's 2 major reasons. Well, I would say 3 major reasons why a lot of people who love WoW but do not play any form of WoW Classic. 3 reasons. 1, they love retail. They don't have enough time to play both versions of the game. That's fair. That one's not going to change, right? Not going to change. But 2, the second reason is people don't want to take a million years to level all the way up to 60 or 70 or 80, depending what expansion you're playing. That is going to go away for the most part, because now you just got to get to 25. Now you're going to get to 25. That is so much more realistic and motivating for people. And the third reason a lot of people don't play Classic WoW, even if they currently love and play WoW, is they don't want to play content that they've already done or that has already been fully figured out, and there's really no sense of, no pun intended, discovery, right? There's nothing to discover, nothing to figure out. It's all there. Like, it's all there. Like, the game's been out for a million years. If you know what I mean, just go watch a YouTube video. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways to just know how to do literally everything in the game. The information's there. Seek it out. Use it, right? It's available. But now I think there's going to be a lot of people who are like, dude, it's not going to take me very long. It's brand new content. Like, I think a lot of people are going to play this classic version of the game. Like, I'll be honest, you know, we've been doing an experiment with Wrath Lich King Classic, and we were very open from the very beginning. Like, hey, we're not committing to, like, making a full-blown Unity commitment to Wrath Lich King with, like, officers and a guild and a fully funded guild bank and raid teams and events. Like, we're gonna do this ICC journey as more of like an event. Let's see who's gonna show up. Let's have a little bit of fun, nostalgia. And if 1 million people show up and they're like, Classic for life, and the need is there, well, then we'll consider, you know, maybe putting a lot more commitment into the Classic side of WoW. I'll be honest, we haven't really seen that. It's been a small handful of people that want to play. Awesome, love those people. But I'll be honest, there's not been enough of a need that at this time, like, we could allocate the resources and the time and the manpower to do something full-fledged in Classic. The need just hasn't been there. We let the community, basically the plan was, let's just let the community show us what they want. If they want it bad enough, they'll show us that they want all of this stuff. And if they don't, well, then they don't, right? I think we're probably going to get that. I think we're probably going to get 1 million people in our community that are going to play Classic Season of Discovery. I really do. For all the reasons I just mentioned. The low barrier to entry, brand new content, including nostalgia. Like, guys, there may be more people that play this version of the game than retail across the world. I actually would not be surprised if more people around the world played Season of Discovery than people who played retail. I would not be surprised. Yo, Angry, on my YouTube channel, bro. I'll put a link in the description for you. Link in the chat, I mean. I just posted it's an 11-minute video, and it is a recap of all the WoW announcements at BLIZZCON. Go check it out, bro. Go check it out. Talks about the next WoW 3 WoW expansions, Classic Plus, Season of Discovery you're watching on screen right now. Like, I think there's gonna be 1 million people, bro. Oh, nice. This is happening. It's PvP, so I might leave it in the background, but I know a lot of you guys are not too much into PvP. I freaking love it, dude. Peekaboo's playing. Peekaboo is playing. I gotta watch for a minute, bro. Peekaboo is my favorite
Pummel
PvPer.
with counterspell as the shadow.
One of my favorite.
He's managed to fake cast the pummel. That is a big win for BLIZZCON. Anytime he can fake an interrupt, he's gonna get key abilities like Mass Dispel, Void Torrent, and Vampiric Touch. And
guys, watching this stuff live at BlizzCon is such a vibe,
I think they can win.
Peekaboo is
it's not going to be an easy thing
right
to do, but it is one of the things that could put
dude.
them ahead. Was right now taking a little pressure, but you can see Cubsy in that tree form going to be empowering his heals and make it very difficult to take down. Now in bear form, as Peekaboo's making a little bit of a swap. Good pressure here on the Cubsy, but he gets behind the pillar to a safe location, and I don't think the Golden Guardians are really going to be able to pressure him too much.
Bro.
The small map has been nice, though. It's a lot less room for Cubsy to actually
Any team Peekaboo's on, I want
on this map. Raikou right now
I'm a
going for a
Peekaboo
beautiful
fan,
Ring of
sure.
Frost, getting crowd control here on the Absurge, into
dude.
a Polymorph, into a stun, into a Cyclone. Absurge wishes he could control his character, and BLIZZCON grants him that wish with a Master
You guys
Spell.
know
Void
when
Torrent
the
swap onto the mage. Trying to take Raikou down. He's got the
PvE side of this is
the dots, repositioning in the back line. Waz going to get pulled around the corner by Absurge's static field totem. Every time
Is it
they can
after
give
this?
BLIZZCON space
Okay,
from the
Terry, it's
Warriors,
good to
it's gonna
see.
be a big opportunity
Hopefully doing
for
well.
him to make plays. And I think the main win condition here is running Cubsy out of mana and stopping him from drinking. They're swapping to him. Peekaboo catches Cubsy behind the fence line. Is he going to be able to survive? As Peekaboo is going completely by himself, going rogue on the
So
Cubsy.
crazy.
He manages to force Barkskin, but not too much.
Pharaoh,
on
with so
top
many
of
good
that,
changes coming to
unfortunately,
retail,
really
I don't
don't
know
get a
if
trinket,
enough
I think,
people will
with that
switch
swap.
to a full time.
Cubsy's-
Yeah, and what I mean, honestly, is when I say, like, I think there could be more people around the world playing Classic Plus than playing retail, I don't necessarily mean that a ton of retail people are just going to quit retail and play Classic. What I mean is I think it's going to draw so much of a player base around the world that people will come back to play Classic Plus more than people who play retail. Because you got to think of it, right? Let's think back to the prime of World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King, right? A lot of those people no longer play World of Warcraft, right? The numbers are factual. We had, at the peak, we had 14 million Wrath of the Lich King subscribers, okay? I don't know where we're at now, but it's not close to 14 million. I think I saw an 8 million number somewhere, but that also includes a lot of Classic members, right? But here's why I think a lot of people will come back for it. A lot of the people that played back then are people that are now in their 30s, 40s, that, again, some of the reasons we mentioned earlier, just either didn't like the direction of retail or want to play the old version of the game, but it doesn't exist outside of Classic WoW. But Classic WoW takes too much time to level. And again, we go back to the whole, they're in their 30s and 40s, and I don't have time to level to level 60. But now all of those people are now getting an option to come back to the old nostalgic version of WoW that they get, that they used to love, that is going to respect their time. They can level up a lot faster, and it's going to be brand new, never before done content. Never before done content. Like, and like, because here's one of the things, guys, like, I'll be honest, there is a large community of people that played WoW Classic way, like, I mean, like WoW Vanilla, right? That WoW Vanilla, and life got busy. They went to college, had kids, got married, got a full-time job, and they just don't have a lot of time to play video games anymore. So they either haven't played video games in a long time, or they only play video games once in a while, and they haven't played World of Warcraft in a long time. The reality is, and again, I don't mean this to be in any way disrespectful or not, the reality is that the older version of WoW is nowhere near complex as the current level of WoW. It just is not, right? It's nowhere near as fast paced. There's not as many important buttons that you need to do. Interrupting mobs was almost non-existent back then. Like, as WoW has progressed, the skill level required to play it has also increased. Has drastically increased. And the reality is, if you have not continuously played the game over years, it doesn't mean that you're a bad player. It just means you have less practice than people that have been playing for 17 years, right? Like, the people that play retail at a super high level today are either people that are constantly playing video games, period, or have consistently played World of Warcraft over the course of its journey. So as the game has progressed, they have progressed with it, right? So a lot of people that used to play WoW back then and they come back and they want to try retail now, a very common like point of feedback is the game is so much harder than it used to be. And it is. The game is way harder than it used to be. Like, we all have to just kind of really acknowledge that World of Warcraft Classic, TBC, Wrath, the game is not super challenging, but it was challenging to us because it was new. We didn't have 15 years of practice under our belts. We had not, like, when WoW was new back then, like, no one in the world could say, like, yeah, I've been a hardcore gamer for 20 years. I'm cracked out of my mind. Like, nobody was a hardcore gamer for 20 years when World of Warcraft first came out. You Pong? Bro, I've been cracked at Pong, bro. It's not gonna get you anywhere. I don't care how many hours of Pong you have, dude. It's not gonna make you a better WoW player. It's not gonna make you like super fast reaction time, decision making. Like, it's just the skill level is not gonna transfer. It's not gonna transfer. We were all less experienced gamers back then. We just were. There was like, video games were new to all of us. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was super hardcore pro gamers back then. Like, it didn't exist. Video games weren't around long enough for us to have years of practice under our belts. A lot of us who are really good at WoW today are because we've been playing video games for a really long time now, where we've gotten good. You do something for 15 years, you should be good at it, right? But this classic version of the game, I think is going to be so beautiful because it's going to allow a community of people who, like, there was a gap in their playing. There was a gap in their playtime. There was a gap in their video game practice, right? So for example, here's a timeline, right? Here's a timeline of people that played, like, you know what? Let's start over. World of Warcraft timeline as a whole, right? Here's obviously the beginning of WoW. Here is now, right? Vanilla launches in 2004, okay? To now. There's a group of people who played really, really hardcore until like 2010, right? So they played for like 6 years, but at the end of the day, like, back then, there wasn't all this information you could just read on the internet of how to become like super cracked at WoW. So people didn't have information. They didn't have years and years and years of practice. We all had crappy computers, and we weren't also playing like a ton of other games and then just like transferring that just like reaction time and decision making over to WoW. And then for a lot of people, they, you know, again, they got married, had kids, got full-time jobs, maybe fell into the pressure of like, I'm an adult now, I should put video games behind me. Not everyone does that, but some people, that's a real pressure for a lot of people. Or they married a spouse that's like, you should stop gaming, whatever it might be, right? And so then they kind of take a break from gaming for like a long time until now. And so the reality is, right, they didn't get a whole lot of practice back then. They haven't had any practice since, so there's still not going to be some like super experienced, fast-paced, I can handle interrupting 97 mobs and crowd controlling and cooldown. You know what I mean? So there, again, this isn't meant to like tear down or disrespect. The reality is, if you have not been practicing for 15 years, I don't expect you to be some super high-level skilled gamer, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Someone that has practice and has a practice, they're still equally loved, valuable human beings. But obviously one is going to be better at a video game. Just a fact, right? But now the people who this is their story, they are going to be able to come back and play classic Season of Discovery and feel skill-wise and experience-wise, you're going to feel like you're just kind of picking up where you left off, right? You're just going to feel like you're just picking up where you left off. Except you're going to do something new, but because it's going to keep the classic feel and difficulty of the way the game was back then, it really is going to feel like, dude, I'm just picking up where I left off. But if you try to pick up where you left off now in retail, like you're gonna get wrecked. Like you go into a +20, you're gonna get destroyed because the skill level is night and day. And now people can practice and work up to it, of course, absolutely. But if you just try to like, yeah, I used to raid Karazhan back in the day, and then jump into a +20, you're gonna get, and then you haven't really played any video games in between then, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get destroyed because the game has just become so much more challenging. So much more challenging. So I think this is great. Because here's the cool part, right? It gives people another way to play World of Warcraft without having the need to have kept up all these years. I know people want to say like, oh yeah, you should be better at WoW. Who cares, dude? Who cares if somebody is better at World of Warcraft or not? Who cares if someone can do a 20 or not? I want people to have versions of the game that they can enjoy their way. Now, if you can't do a 20, then unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to bring you to a 20 unless we're doing a carry run to help out a friend, which we do often. But I want people who cannot do today's content, I still want them to have a version of the game that they can enjoy and laugh and make memories. Who cares, bro? In the grand scheme of life, who cares about being good at a video game? Now, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, there's no real benefit of life except for just the fun and the memories made. Yo, Jade Live coming in with the raid, bro. Jade, how was the stream? Jade, next week, bro, huh? Next week, my guy. Bro, we're gonna see your beautiful face, bro. To you and your viewers, welcome. My name is Susie. Pleasure to meet you. We're doing lots of WoW conversation. BlizzCon watch party. It's getting crazy up in here, man. It's getting crazy. Jade, how was the stream, bro? Let me know, big guy. St. Pierre, it's in the name. MMO should feel massive and multiplayer. If you're the only releasing new content for the top 1%, you lose the MMO. Absolutely. And retail doesn't do that either, because they do have 4 different difficulties of raids. But it even LFR for people that just have not played in a long time, it's like the idea of a rotation, like it's going to be significantly more difficult back then. The end game has just gotten further and further from the entry to the point where a new person is it's just too daunting. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so much more fast paced. You have I don't know if I'd say you have a lot more abilities, but there's a lot more of a importance on like knowing your rotation, dealing with procs. It's a much more complex game. The best way I can put it, WoW today is way harder than WoW was back then. And you might be able to say, look, Susie, that's arrogant to think that the version of the game today is harder. Well, the reality is the race to world first today takes about between 7 to 19 days of people playing the game nonstop. The race to world first in Wrath today takes 90 minutes. We're just talking facts here, right? We're not putting people down, making one seem better than the other. The game is just harder than it used to be, and that's okay. But I love that they really are giving classic people something new, and I think that's a W, bro. Bro, you just wrapped up an 18-hour stream. This man's built different. Get some sleep, bro. We'll see you soon, man. We will see you soon, bro. I'm gonna be with Jate next week in person. Come on now, dude. Come on now. Absolutely. Without people who do not play at the highest level, MMOs would lose so much of their player base, and I don't want them to. I'm tired of this separation between the top 1% and everyone else, or the top 10%, because I'm not a top 1% player, right? But I am in the top 10%. So like, I'm tired of it, bro. Humans are humans, bro. Let's play together. Let's laugh together. Let's share memories, right? That's why I love being a Mythic Raider, but I also love going to Chaos Raids. They are freaking fun, dude. It's a great time to laugh, connect, form friendships. The Okie Bear with the 6 months prime. Ooh, welcome back, my friend. Okay, Bear, long time no see. How you been, friend? Appreciate you popping in. Let's go, let's go. Scuba Chip, Susie, what do you think of the 3 expansions coming? So if you guys did not see, there are 3 new expansions that have been announced in World of Warcraft, okay? And I just put out a YouTube video giving a recap. It's about 11-minute video recap of pretty much all the new WoW information that was announced at BLIZZCON. I'll put a link in the chat right now if you guys want to check that out. And let me get it for you. Actually, I have it. Yeah, it's right here. Go check it out and give the video a like and a comment. Even if you comment a smiley face, do it for the engagement. It helps the vidya, helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. But yeah, they announced, guys, the next 3 World of Warcraft expansions. Now, we have some information. We don't have a ton of information, but they are doing something new called the World Soul Saga, where they are going to be basically making the next 3 expansions feel a little bit more like one cohesive story, rather than you know, all these years we've seen like 1-2 year story, and then what feels kind of like a pretty big pivot. Now we're gonna tell. I mean, they're not completely unrelated, but we're gonna you know, focus on a new part of the story now. Then 2 years later, gonna focus on a new story. These expansions are gonna feel more like one big story. Now, told over the course of how many years? We don't know. From the normal standards we've seen in WoW's history, you would normally think this would be over the course of 6 years, because most expansions are normally about 2-ish years. They did say that they're looking to bring us content much faster than before. Now, there's a few things that would lead me to believe that these are going to come out potentially 1 year at a time. And here's why I think that. Here's a few reasons why I think these expansions might come out literally 1 year apart from each other. First of all, this entire idea is absolutely taken from Destiny 2. No doubt about it. There's 100 million %. This idea is taken from Destiny 2. Destiny 2 started doing this like a year or 2 ago, where they announce what you call it, like a whole 3 expansion kind of story, and then they give you them like either 1 year, 18 months. Yeah, like it might not be fully 1 year, but it could be down to like 18 months, 14 months. But I do think it would be pretty significantly shorter than 2 years. So the first reason I think that is because the idea is from Destiny, and that is what Destiny does. Destiny does like 12 to 16, 18 months within their time frame. And another thing that would make me realize that it's going to be a lot faster. I mean, they did say it's going to be a lot faster, but they didn't say 1 year. They gave no number. They just said much faster than you're used to. Another reason, again, in the back of my mind, right? In the back of my mind, Microsoft just bought Blizzard. And there is this kind of thought in the back of all of our minds, like, is WoW potentially going to come to maybe not Xbox, but to the Game Pass. And we have no confirmation. We have no definites. But I think there's a pretty solid chance that Microsoft is going to try to find a way to make that work. Right? I'm going to try to find a make that work. And so, in my opinion, if they are going to find a way to add WoW to the Game Pass, it's probably going to end up being a loss leader. And if they're going to do that, they're going to have to find ways to recoup that money in other places, right? And so one of the things we're already seeing them do, check this out. Let me go to the WoW shop. Here's one way that we are already seeing Blizzard trying to make more money, but I think that it is a recuperation to try to make up for the potential future of the Game Pass. The $90 Epic Edition. Now, you might see that at first, you'd be like, Susie, but they've had that for years. You can just buy the base edition. Yes. But up until now, there was only cosmetic benefits in the 30-day Game Pass. There was only cosmetic benefits to getting the Epic Edition. Now, this is an absolute game changer. If you have not seen, by buying the $90 Epic Edition of WoW, you will not only get beta access, you will get the expansion 3 days before the rest of the public. You will get the game 3 days before everybody else. So the reality is an absolute crap ton of people are going to buy this because they want 3-day early access. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think the 3-day early access comes with a lot of problems. I think it's really going to affect the economy. Whoever gets in the game first determines the economy. They do the farming. They get all the mats. They put them in the auction house. They determine the monopoly of the economy. And so I think there's some problems with that. So, first of all, I'm going to buy this. I've never bought in the Epic Edition before. I'm absolutely going to buy the Epic Edition now. I'm a content creator. I have a choice, right? All high-end raiders are going to get this. All the race to roll first. Like, everyone that wants to play this game competitively, you're going to get the Epic Edition. You don't have a choice anymore. Like, you're going to get it. So here is one immediate money grab that Blizzard is doing, which I think could be a way to compensate for the potential Game Pass. But another way that they would do that is if they are going to lose some money on the WoW subscription by adding it to Game Pass for maybe a bundle of like $5 or whatever. Maybe, you know, because the Xbox Game Pass is like $11 a month or whatever. But let's say they bundled it for like $16, you get the Game Pass and WoW, right? They're losing quite a bit of money there. It's called, in business, it'd be called a loss leader. You willing to take a financial hit somewhere else to bring people into an economy and then buy other things within your, within your ecosystem. So for example, it's like Black Friday, right? Walmart's like, hey, this TV is $50. And that advertisement gets you to show up to Walmart on Black Friday, but you're not going to go there and just buy the TV. Most people don't. Because you walked in their store, now you're in the Walmart universe. Now you're like, oh, but I could also buy that, and that, and that, and that. So they took a hit on the TV, but they made profit on like the other 97 things you bought. That's kind of the principle of a loss leader, right? And so if they were to do this, they're going to force so many people into buying the $90 version of the game. And they would release the expansions more frequently so that in a decade span of time, they could maybe squeeze out 1, maybe even 2 additional expansions and hopefully somewhat balance that money out from the box prices and the subscriptions people are paying. So again, all that's speculation. All of that is speculation. We could be totally wrong. You know, even though they did say we're going to bring these to you much faster than we're used to, that could mean 2 months. Who knows? Who knows? They could try this 3-day, early release and then never do it again. But when I see them doing all of these things right after Microsoft buys them, it really starts getting me to think we might see WoW on the Game Pass. You know what I mean? Kissy, I mean, the content doesn't really change, right? Like, this expansion will be 2 years long, but the last 6 months will be redoing content from the previous 8. So are we really missing content? We wouldn't be if they are going to recycle like a season 4 kind of thing. But my hope is that I'm not necessarily against the season 4. I can't say that I'm against it because I didn't play Shadowlands season 4. So I can't say that I'm against something I've never tried, right? Can't knock it till you try it. But I would be okay paying more money for an expansion and paying that money more frequently if the subscription was cheaper, right? Or if I was getting, if I'm getting more content more frequently, like I'm kind of down for it. If it's 60 years to the third expansion, they would not have told us about it. I could agree. If that expansion really was 6 years from now, I don't know if they would have necessarily told us. I mean, they could have just to build hype, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Dala, welcome on TikTok, friend. Do you have to purchase the WoW Classic, or is it just for mounts and transmogs? No, you do not have to purchase WoW Cataclysm Classic or Season of Discovery. Those come free with your $15 a month subscription. There are some purchasable versions of, I'm not sure about Season of Discovery, but definitely a purchasable version of Cataclysm, but that is only for the boost, some aesthetics, and some cool effects in game. You do not have to buy this. If you think, like, don't be bamboozled into buying this so you can play Classic. As long as you pay your monthly subscription, Cataclysm Classic will be absolutely free to you. Again, only if you want to buy this stuff right here. Only if you want to buy it. Yeah, OG Nubs. The collector's edition, bro. Ah, that's going to be mad money, bro. That's going to be mad money. Dang. Kissy, you got to level 70 on day 1 in 12 hours when servers came up. You got to teach me. You got to teach me how to level so fast. Because I'm going to keep it real. I suck at leveling. I suck at leveling. Yeah, Riptor, I think it'll be somewhere between 1 year to 18 months. 1 year, I think, will be a stretch. I think it'll be a stretch. AJ, what's up, Hermit? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, if you guys don't know, tonight in Discord, we are doing a raiding clinic where my man Hermit is going to be teaching us all we need to know about next tier's raid. I'm almost positive I'll be streaming it. I will be attending it, but I may have to do some work while I'm listening in the background, and that will determine if I'm streaming. I have a lot to get done before I go away to my speaking engagement next week. But if you are interested in learning all there is to know about next year's raid, from 6 to 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern, in the Discord, Hermit, who's our Mythic Raid leader, is going to walk us through all you need to know about next year's raid so you can be fully equipped, which is really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. Is there a level increase, or are we staying at 70? Oh, no, yeah, level increase. And 80 will be the next one. Yeah, there's just normally always a level increase. Yeah, normally always a level increase. But the unique thing about Season of Discovery is it's going to be level 25. Level 25, which is going to be crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Kissy, you got it at like 3 or 4 a.m., but then I didn't sleep long because I wanted to start doing the level 70 stuff. It's so cool. Riptor, I hope there are 3 and it's all one story that will do like 5 levels at a time. Well, they did already announce that War Within is level 80. So then that's a good question though, dude. That's a good question. Yeah, didn't they? Did I miss it? I'm pretty sure they said 80. What is the new level cap in WoW the War Within? Yeah, level 80. Yeah, I remember them. I remember them showing that. Players can expect a level cap of 80 new hero talents in every class specialization starting at level 71. Yeah, they did say it. Yeah, I remember them saying it. Yeah, so if they were going to go with a 5 level cap per the expansion, then they probably would have started that now. What if they just stay at 80 for all 3? That would be very unlike WoW. That'd be unlike WoW. But again, they're doing a lot of things that are unlike WoW, right? Here's why I don't see that happening. Because again, World of Warcraft is a very end game type of game, right? It's very, very much an end game type of game. So most of it is a lot about dungeons, raids, PvP. A lot of it can be about professions and crafting and exploration. But if they don't make you level, then do you really have any reason to explore the new zones that they make? And if there's no reason to explore the new zones, would they bother making them? Yeah, I don't see them not increasing the level cap, man. I could be wrong. I don't know if I see them doing that. I don't know if I see them doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think I see them doing that. I think they'll increase it every time. Yeah, OG Nubs, you're correct. If they give us more expansions quicker and continue to increase the level cap, then they will need to eventually do a squish again. Yeah, Riptor, we'd be level 100 by the end of the expansions, and we'd be due for another squish. But you know, I'm not exactly against like more like a squish every 5-6 years. What do you guys think? Any reason why you would be like against a level squish every 5-6 years? I don't know if I really care about squishes, to be honest. As long as like the scaling is done properly, right, and the math adds up, as long as it's done well, I don't think I really care, dude. So Shinobi, a squish is when, for example, I believe it was for the launch of Shadowlands. Yeah. So before Shadowlands, which is BFA, we were level 120, I believe. And then like we were getting way too high level. The number we were hitting way too much damage. Bosses had like a quadrillion health, right? That's an exaggeration. But they were like, dude, if we keep growing at this rate, the numbers are just going to be, you know, they're going to hit error on the calculator, if you know what I mean. And so for the release of Shadowlands, they squished us all down to level 60. But it's more than just our level. It affects every piece of content that has ever existed in the entire game. Because your character goes down, your alts have to go down accordingly, right? So let's say the level cap was like 120, but what if you had like a 46 warrior alt? Well, what level does he go to? He doesn't get to stay 46. He has to get squished down accordingly. Every single NPC in the entire game has to become lower level, and their health. Like it's a pretty big project. But that essentially is a squish. And if they're going to release expansions more frequently and keep it at a 10 level increase per, then yeah, they'll have to increase the rate in which they're doing the squishes. But yeah, I guess I just don't really, I guess for me personally, I don't really care if there was a squish every like 6 years. I'd be fine with that. And it might not even be that frequent, right? Like maybe they just do it like every time we get to 100. Instead of going to 110, then they squish us. I'd be cool with that. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think it'd be fine. They would have to do it. What up, Cole? Good to see you on YouTube, man. How you doing, big guy? They would have to do it. Absolutely. As the legend goes, Carol will be a level 10 raid with enough squishes, so they do have to be careful. No, I don't think it would ever go down to level 10, as long as they don't go below a certain point, right? Yeah, as long as they don't do that. Like right now, all raiding content in World of Warcraft starts at 30. Because we did the raiding rewind event, and we did, the first raid in the game, Molten Core, was level 30. And so as long as they don't go any lower than what they've done now, like I honestly, I think going back to level 60 was a great move, because it just felt like we were starting WoW all over again, right? Because level 60 was the cap when World of Warcraft first released. So yeah, I think it'd be fine. There's a dwarf, all stats, strength, intelligence, wisdom. Yeah, everything gets squished down. So I guess the only reason I could see Blizzard maybe not doing that is because it's a big project for them, right? That must be a huge undertaking to have to squish literally like every piece of data in the game. I mean, maybe they have like a not a lever, but like there's a word I'm looking for. It's like a straight line and you just push it back a little bit. But I don't know if it's that easy. I would say it's probably not that easy to just move like a a thing back a few notches and everything is just down. I mean, maybe it's a Excel sheet, but here's what I could probably confidently say. If they know that squishes are going to be a regular part of their future, I'm assuming that they'll develop some sort of system to make squishing, I would maybe easy isn't the right word, but as efficient as possible, right? As efficient. Dude, Swifty Q, bro. Swifty Q. The announcements yesterday were built different, bro. This is the best BlizzCon ever. But you know, guys, what I'm kind of sad about, though? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I think a ton of us should go to BlizzCon next year, right? I absolutely am going to make it a top priority to go to BlizzCon. But here's the deal. And again, I could be wrong. Next year's BlizzCon is probably not going to be as good as this one. I don't know how it can be. You know what I mean? I don't know how it can be. How do you top this year? Oh, Luna, you're right. It is the 20th year, though. It is the 20th year anniversary next year. But still, but how do you top it? Classic Plus? Because here's the deal, right? Getting more Classic Plus content is still not as exciting as are we gonna get a Classic Plus or not, right? We're not gonna get an announcement, at least. Well, would we get a Miss Pandaria announcement next? No, I don't think so. I don't think we would get a Miss Pandaria announcement, and even if we did, that's not like it's because it's almost like it's coming kind of thing. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't get, and even if we do get a new expansion announcement for retail, we already know what it is, right? We would get more information, but getting more information about something you already know is coming is not as exciting as getting information about something you didn't know was coming or came out of left field, or wow, it was better than I even thought. So I think announcements might not be so hype unless, Luna, it's something like for the 20th year anniversary, at the end of this saga, we're doing like a WoW 2. Then maybe that would just be nuts, right? Like WoW 2 coming, 2028 or something like that, right? Like that would be nuts. My goodness. Dude, Catarius, imagine. Dude, I did this with the launch of Dragonflight, but maybe they'll do it this time, right? They can make a cinematic where it's like, wow, right? 20 year, and that's an M, wrong letter, right? Anniversary, and then we just see the cinematic change where like year and anniversary fades out, and then just a dot appears. You know what I mean? Like that could be crazy, bro. That could be crazy, dude. That would be insane. Insane. Oh, absolutely, guys. We have to do a Unity meetup at BlizzCon next year. Absolutely. Like for real, everybody should already start saving their money, including me. Like we're doing a Unity meetup at BlizzCon next year. There was no way I was gonna make this year happen, but next year, I'll sell my car, bro. Sell it. Put it on eBay. The Susie Mobile, just on eBay. Bid starting at $9. Come on now. St. Pierre, Unity in-person event for the next launch. So, dude, there's a lot to think through now, man. A lot to think through. Because now we've got Classic Plus. That's too soon to do an in-person event. It's literally like 3 weeks. But then we got Cataclysm. And then we've got the War Within next fall. We don't have a date, but next fall. And then I think either Q1 or Q2 is Cataclysm. So time to do that. Oh yeah, Swifty, the first 30 seconds of the cinematic, I was sitting here like, Anduin? Like, is that a real dude? That might be a real dude. Is it always in San Diego? No, it's actually in Anaheim, which I think they might be close together. Pretty sure they're close. But yeah, it's always in Anaheim. Anaheim Convention Center. Every time. Crazy, 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 man. Insane. Now, Luna, I've seen you say Stephen Amell multiple times. Who is that? I don't know who this person is. I'm gonna Google it. Stephen Amell. Ah, the arrow. I can see that. I can see that. Hold on. I see it now. I see it now. War Within cinematic. I absolutely see it now. Guys, tell me these two pictures. These are not the same people. Just tell me they're not the same people. Wait for it. The scruffy beard. Bro, look at that mouth. Guys, that's the same mouth, dude. That is the same mouth. Big facts. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, show me your face, bruh. Show me your face. Bro, look at the eyes, though. Show me the eyes. Wait for it. Dun, 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 dun. Bruh. 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 Similar, though. For sure. Not exactly the same, but similar. Look. Ooh, there. That looks similar. That looks similar. Look at that bombastic side eye. Where is it? Where is it? Bro, it does look like him. It actually does, bro. Like, no cap. I mean, obviously, definitely some differences, but it looks similar. It really does. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Luna. They look very similar. Yeah, both men are definitely good looking. Well, one's a man, one is pixels. So, are they really the same? Noah, thanks for the like on TikTok, sharing the video. I appreciate you. But I'm not gonna lie, these are some pretty good looking pixels. I'll say that, though. I will say that. I will absolutely say that. Come on now. Luna. Riptor, what if they tied a TV series with the expansions to thread the narrative? That would be sick. If they announced at BlizzCon 2020, at BlizzCon 20th anniversary. Well, not BlizzCon 20, but, you know, WoW anniversary. That they were doing a TV show. They were doing a movie. And there was something like a WoW 2. Then it may top this year. It may top this year. And here is why maybe I would be potentially open to them announcing WoW 2. Now, them announcing all of the new stuff for WoW makes me, in one sense, makes me not think that there's a WoW 2 coming. Because it's like, why would they put all this work in to then just undo it, right? But there's a few reasons why in some sense, it does make me think WoW 2 is coming. Yo, William Raz, Nasty Raz, good to see you on TikTok. N7's watching on YouTube. Good to see you, man. Hopefully doing well. First of all, let's look at the title of the last expansion in the World Soul Saga. The Last Titan. Okay? Titans, and again, I'm not a huge story lore guy, but I know that Titans have played a massive role in all of World of Warcraft since the very, very beginning with vanilla. So, the title could mean something new is coming. The fact that they're going to do a saga that's going to hold them over for potentially the next 5 years would give them more time to finish a WoW 2 if WoW 2 would be coming. And then lastly, there were a few comments made at BLIZZCON. Maybe you didn't pick up on it, but it was 2 separate times they made what was almost like a passing comment when they talked about things we're working on will determine the next 30 years. 3 decades, I think they put it. 3 decades of Warcraft. 3 decades of Warcraft. Put a 5 in chat if you heard them say that. They said that. They said that. And so, is WoW 2 coming now? I would be comfortable to say, like, maybe not. But do I think they're going to stay in the same engine for the next 30 years? Probably not. Probably not. So, yeah, a bunch of y'all heard it. So that could mean a WoW 2, because they have to at some point, right? Like, they can't keep building on this old engine for like 175 years. Like, eventually they gotta cut it at some point. Right? There's a lot of complications with that, but like they're gonna have to pull off the band-aid at some point. Like, they're just gonna have to. Yeah, AJ, we need a new game engine. They're gonna have to at some point, And so, could be. There's a lot alluding to it. There's a lot alluding to a WoW 2, and could be a big deal, man. Could be a big deal. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Zerpy, they just announced a new expansion, The War Within. I'm going to be real for a second. The real War Within is after eating Taco Bell, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's so great. Dude, you know what's funny? You know what's so funny? Is The War Within happens after eating Taco Bell, which is best eaten at midnight. And then you realize this is probably going to be my last taco that I ever have. I'm just saying. Some of y'all see what I did there. Some of you way over the head, but some of you picked up on it. Some of you picked up on it. Confirmed. Kissy sees what I did there. Kissy sees what I did there. Some of y'all, you'll catch up. You'll catch up. Catch up on tacos? Not confirmed. Not confirmed. Bro, I've been meaning to try Taco Bell breakfast. You know what I mean? I've heard good things. I've heard good things. Zerpy, it's good to see you, by the way. God bless you, brother. Hopefully you're doing well. Doing a little World of Warcraft watch party today. It's the, guys, we can't not cover the contents. I'm a World of Warcraft content creator. It's the biggest WoW event of the entire year. We can't not cover WoW content. We got to do it. I've been pumping out TikToks, YouTube videos. Guys, I think I literally recorded about 40 clips yesterday. 40. Now, editing 40 clips is harder than hitting a button 40 times to make those clips. But it's getting pretty crazy up in here. It's getting pretty crazy up in here. Luna, I sent you a DM when I was watching live, but I was on my couch getting all emotional. Wait, you did? Wait. I saw DMs from you yesterday. Which one are you referencing to? Now I'm going to go back and read our DMs and be like, which one of these was while you were on the couch? Let me see. No, it wasn't that one. No, not that one. No, not that one either. Which one was it? Oh, I was like, yeah, because I was like, I don't see anything that you sent me that would be like this. Gotcha, it was the Kissy. That's so funny. So funny. Yeah, this is like our Super Bowl. That's such a good way to put it. BlizzCon is like our Super Bowl. Guys, we got to go to the Super Bowl next year. All of us. And when I say Super Bowl, I mean not Super Bowl. I mean BlizzCon, because I don't want to go to the Super Bowl. Not even a little bit, and it's way too much money. Bro, it's mad money to go to the Super Bowl. And I have negative desire to go there. Like zero. Below zero desire to go to BlizzCon. Not even a little bit, man. Not even a little bit. Come on now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. My goodness gracious. I know. How dare the chat talk to each other instead of only talking to me? How dare they? How dare you guys actually form friendships and community? How could you? How could such a thing happen? My goodness gracious. It's going to be crazy. And guys, I said this earlier. Luna sent me this, but there was a lot less people when I said that earlier than there are right now. Y'all just gotta see this, because this is nuts right here. Hold on. Wowhead. Let's go to the Wowhead post real quick. This is the one I want to show you right here. Guys. Cross realm guilds coming in the next expansion. And unrestricted realm mythic rating. Guys, do you realize that in 11.0, everybody that plays on NA servers will be able to join Unity Gaming, even if you're not on our server? Can you say Unity to the moon? Because we're about to go to another level. We're about to go to another level. Yeah, Doge to the moon. Big facts. That's some serious facts, man. My goodness gracious. We got a lot to look at here, man. Whole lot to look at here, man. What do we got going on here? That one we saw. These are all runes in the BlizzCon demo of WoW Classic. Oh, sheesh. Now these I want to see. My goodness gracious. Bro, this could be lit. But how much time is left until... We got 22 minutes, right? 22 minutes to the WoW deep dive. Bro, this is about to get a spicy. This is about to be a meta spicy. My goodness gracious. You love to see it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's make it a video, shall we? Let's go ahead and do this easy peasy. Let's go. At BlizzCon, they revealed the brand new runes coming to the new Classic Plus Season of Discovery. And in this video, we're going to read through all the ones that we have just yet, but there are going to be more coming in the future. Let's dive right in and check it out. These are the mage runes coming on out. Check it out. My goodness gracious. Rewind time. Now remember, these are the ones you put on your individual pieces of gear, and some are limited to only being able to go on chests. Some can only go on legs, things like that. Rewind time. Your current target with your temporal beacon instantly heals all damage taken over 5 seconds, and effective on targets that did not have a temporal beacon 5 seconds ago. Bro, that's crazy. And that's consistent with what they said about mages getting healing abilities, which is really cool. Enlightenment, you deal 10% more damage while you have more than 70% mana, while below 30% mana, 10% of your mana regeneration continues while casting. These are massive changes to the game. You realize that, right? Like, these are massive changes, and the combinations you're able to do are going to be nuts. Living Bomb, the target becomes Living Bomb, taking 142 fire damage over 12 seconds. After 12 seconds, or when the fire spell is dispelled, the target explodes, dealing 72 fire damage to all enemies within 10 yards. These are going to be crazy, bro. Arcane Blast, blast the target with energy, dealing 190 to 221 arcane damage each time you cast Arcane Blast damage, and healing of all other arcane spells is increased by 15%. Dude, they really are like full-blown making mages be able to heal, bro. This is insane, dude. This is gonna be so crazy. Oh my goodness, bro. Like I still can't believe that this is real, bro. I literally still can't believe that this is freaking real. This is nuts, man. Continuing on, let's check it out. Icy Veins, hasten your spellcasting, increasing spellcasting speed 20% and reduce the pushback suffered from damaging attacks. Oh, while casting by 100%. Wait, hold the phone. Reduces the pushback suffered from damaging attacks. Guys, this is a big deal because you got to realize that the mechanics in Classic WoW are relatively simple. Move out of stuff, right? Like they're relatively simple. But this could mean that they could be even adding brand new types of mechanics, maybe even increasing some of the complexity of mechanics and giving you runes that will allow you to prepare for those mechanics. That is sweet, dude. Arcane Surge. Unleash all of your remaining mana in a surge of energy focused at the target, dealing 95 to 111 arcane damage. Increase by up to 300% based on your mana remaining. Afterward, your normal mana regeneration is activated and increased by 300% for 8 seconds. Yo, that's kind of crazy, bro. Heals all target party members within 15 yards. Bro, that's crazy. Mages are getting an AoE heal. That is nuts. Records the subject's space-time position. 100% of all arcane damage done by the caster will be converted into chronomatic healing and divided among the caster's current temporal beacons. Are we getting like Disc Priest level mages? Where like the more damage you do, like the more healing that goes out to your team? The heck? Yo, that's crazy. Basically, mages are the new Disc Priests. Yo, that's insane. That's nuts, bro. Living Flame summons a Spellfire Flame that moves toward the target, leaving a trail of Spellfire. This trail deals 42% Spellfire damage to every second to nearby enemies. Last 20 seconds. Bro, this is crazy, man. Increase your critical strike chance, okay. Gives your chill effects a 15% chance, I can't read today, to grant you the Fingers of Frost effect, which treats your next 2 spells cast as if the target were frozen. What the heck? And then here's a regeneration. This is the one they actually showed us at like the BLIZZCON announcement. Heals the target 485 health over 3 seconds and applies temporal beacon for 30 seconds. Records the subject's space-time position. 100% of all arcane damage done by the caster, again, will heal them more. This is more like Disc Priest stuff. That is so crazy. Up next, we got Druid, but how many classes? Luna, they got Priest. They got Priest. They got Warlocks. They got Warrior, Hunters. Okay, so it looks like they have everyone. Sheesh, bro. This is nuts, man. Let's check out Druid. We'll read for the purpose of this video and not going too long. We'll read a few from each class, but this is crazy. But yeah, they are making abilities that literally never have existed in World of Warcraft before. Like they're not even just taking retail abilities and putting them in Classic. They're taking abilities that have never existed in the entire game. This is crazy, bro. My goodness gracious. Survival of the fittest. Reduce the chance to be critically hit by melee attack by 6%. Okay, so this is kind of tanky stuff right here. All damage taken by 10% reduced. Damage taken reduced by additional 10% while in bear. Oh, nice. Okay, so it'll make you tankier no matter what form you're in. Well, as long as you're in... No. Yeah, this is all forms. So everyone's going to be a little tankier, but then the bear tanks are going to be like mega tankier. Star Surge launch. Surging stellar energies that cause 50 damage. Okay, right there. Star Surge benefits from and triggers most talents and effects that trigger or benefit from the Wrath or Starfire. I can't believe how much work they've already done on this. They've been working on this for a while. This is crazy. I'm so impressed. Sunfire burns the enemy for normal damage over 12 seconds. In addition, while in bear form, cat form, or dire bear form, your Moonfire is replaced with Sunfire or Sunfire Cat. This spell benefits from and triggers. Are there new forms? First of all, there's a bear form and a dire bear form. What is dire bear form? I'm not sure what that is. And then Moonfire is replaced with Sunfire when you're in bear and Sunfire when you're in cat. Dude, they're really adding a ton of changes. I'm continuously blown away. Okay, so Dire Bear form is the upgraded form of level 40. Gotcha. This is crazy, man. We'll read a few from each ability. We'll read one for Luna. Penance for the priest. Launches a volley of the holy light at the target, causing 64 holy damage to an enemy. Okay. Mind Seer causes an explosion of shadow magic around the enemy target, causing damage, shadow damage for every 1 to 5 seconds. No, 1 second for 5 seconds to all enemies with 10 yards around the target. Circle of Healing. That is such a good retail ability that is now going to be in Classic. Heals all target players within 15 yards of the target player. That's crazy. Power Barrier. Nice. This is crazy. This is the disc retail major cooldown. That's nuts, dude. They're getting Power Barrier, dude. This is one of my favorite damage reduction in the game. That is sweet. Now, this one is brand new. Homunculi. I don't even know, bro. Break off splinters of your soul to animated 3 miniature copies of yourself that attempt to attack your current target with a mace, sword, and axe, reducing the attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively, of any target they hit. Priests are now getting a mirror images from mages. This is insane. That is so cool. Strength of Soul, Lesser Heal, Greater Heal, and Flash Heal reduce the remaining duration of weaken. This is crazy. Like, these are brand new abilities. Brand new abilities. This is crazy. Warlocks are getting Lake of Fire. Rain of Fire also leaves a Lake of Fire on the ground that increases all fire damage you deal and your demon pets deal to the affected enemies by 40%. Bro, this is nuts, dude. This is super nuts, man. Master Channeler. Your drain life is no longer channeled. What? That's crazy. Last 15 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. Costs 100% more 100% more mana and heals you 50% more each time it heals. That is crazy, bro. Demonic Tactics increases the melee. That's interesting. And spell critical strike. That is probably because they are going to become they're gonna have a tank spec. Now, this is the one I really want to read. This is the brand new Warlock tank spec coming in Classic Plus through the Discovery. It's called Metamorphosis. Transform into a demon, increasing armor by 500%, reducing the chance it would be critically hit by 6%, increasing your threat by 100%. That is a tank right there. Increasing mana gained from a life tap by 100%, transforming the functionality of some of your abilities. Searing Pain is now instant. Shadow Bolt becomes Shadow Cleave, a shadow melee attack that hits up to 3 nearby enemies but has a 6-second cooldown. Curse of Recklessness now also taunts. They have a legit taunt button. That is so crazy, dude. We're going from vanilla classic WoW to not even giving the tanks spec for Paladin to have a taunt, but now Warlocks have a taunt. I love it. I love it. It taunts them to target you for 3 seconds, but gains 10-second cooldown and range is reduced to melee. Very similar to every melee taunt. Normally, they taunt you for 3 seconds, 10-second cooldown. Demon Charge. Charge an enemy and stun it for 1 second. Are you kidding me? Cannot be used in combat. We're getting a warrior charge as Warlocks. Bro, I might literally be a Warlock tank. I'm not even joking. Demonic Howl forces all enemies to focus. They have an AoE taunt, bro! Guys, I might literally play a Warlock in Classic and see the Discovery. I might literally play a Warlock tank. I'm not even trolling you. This is crazy. Let's check out some warrior stuff. Flagellation. Interesting. Gain a 25% bonus to physical damage for 12 seconds after activating Blood Rage. Nice. Let's look for some new things here. Victory Rush. Nice. The heal. That is the healing ability for warriors. That's really, really cool. That is sweet. Now, Devastate. While you're in defensive stance and have a shield equipped, Sunder Armor also deals 100% weapon damage, increased by 10% per application of Sunder Armor already in the target. That's really great because Sunder Armor is such an important warrior ability to tank with in Classic, but it does like minimal damage. So now it'll actually not only do insane threat, but actually do some damage on the board too, which is nice. Single-Minded Fury. While dual wielding, your physical damage and movement speed are increased by 10%. Sweet. Quick Strike. A reckless instant melee attack with your two-handed weapon, dealing 50 to 83 physical damage. This ability benefits from and triggers all effects associated with Heroic Strike. Nice, dude. This is really, really cool, bro. Let's check out Hunters. I heard they're going to have some melee options, which is pretty cool. Expose weakness. Your range critical, increase your attack power by 40% of your current agility for 7 seconds. Master Marksman. Increases your critical strike chance by 5%. Okay. Lone Wolf. You do more 20% increased damage with all attacks while you do not have an active pet. Oh, okay. So kind of like a marksman benefit right there. Okay, sweet. Cobra Strikes. You're critically hit with shot, capital H. Abilities cause your pets next to... Okay, nothing too crazy. I want to see something more about the melee. Here we go. Flanking Strike. Here we go. You and your pet deal simultaneous instant 100% melee damage. Afterward, your Mongoose Bite and Raptor Strike deal 10% increased damage for 10 seconds. Stacking up to 3 times, Raptor Strike has a 20% chance to reset the cooldown on Flanking Strike. Let's go. I want to see Sniper Training. Your shot abilities gain 30% increased critical strike chance while you have not moved. Whoa! Okay. So benefits to not moving as a hunter. Interesting. Now, Chimera Shot. I think that's in retail. I could be wrong, though. You deal extra damage, refreshing the current sting on your target, triggering an effect. Serpent Sting instantly heals you for 40%. Wow, that's nice. Viper Sting instantly restores mana. Scorpion Sting attempts to disarm the target. That's going to be nice in PvP. That's going to be really nice in PvP. And then here's Carve, right? A sweeping attack that strikes all enemies in front of you for 50% weapon damage. That is super legit, dude. Let's check out some rogue stuff. Deadly Brew. When you inflict any of the poison on target, you also inflict deadly poison. Okay. Just a flesh wound. You take 20% reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active. Additionally, you have 6% reduced chance to be critically hit, and threat generated by all your actions is massively increased. And your feint ability is replaced with Tease, which taunts. Rogues are gonna be tanks too, bro. Bro, there's gonna be rogue tanks. This is nuts. Bro, there's 75 tanks in Season of Discovery. There's literally 75 tanks in Season of Discovery, bro. There's going to be no shortage of tanks in the game. That is insane. I did not know that. What the heck, bro? They're getting the between the eyes stun. That's crazy. They might have said it, but I might have missed it. They might have missed rogues. I might have missed it. I had to. Here's the stun. I was bummed when they took that out of the retail, actually. Well, they didn't take it out. They just changed the way it works. Bro, I cannot believe that we're literally getting rogue tanks. Now, I do want to read about shaman tanks. Dual wield specialization. Increase your chance to hit with both spells and melee attacks by 5%, while dual wielding and your Storm Strike ability now hits with both weapons while dual wielding. Shield Mastery. Each time you block, you regenerate mana equal to 4% of your maximum mana, and you gain armor equal to 30% of your shield's armor value, stacking up to 5 times. You also gain 10% increased chance to block and 15% chance block value. Now, here is one downside I see with this. We actually saw it happening during BlizzCon with S-Fan. So I'll show you S-Fan Season Discovery. We actually were watching this video a little bit earlier live on stream, but S-Fan got a chance to preview not all of, but a lot of the new Season of Discovery content, right? And so we actually got to see him playing Shaman Tank in the new Black Fathom Deeps raid. And one thing that he complained about, and I did see happening all the time, that he didn't understand how it works, but now after reading that tooltip, I understand it now. He was going all the time. Like every single pull in the middle of the fight, he was going and it was tough for him to like try to stay tanky when he was out of mana. Well, that makes so much sense now because according to this tooltip, we see that really the only way that you're getting a lot of those tank benefits and recharging your mana is when you're blocking, which means you have to be the one getting hit. So if they don't change this, I could see Shaman tanks being a really bad off tank, because if you're not getting hit and you're not blocking, right? You're not regaining mana. You're not gaining armor. You're not getting any of these benefits if you are not the one who's physically getting hit. So he was playing an off tank in that video, and this makes so much sense. I was watching, I was like, bro, this just seems like a horrible experience. Why would you want to do this? Because I really wanted to play Shaman Tank, and then I saw that video, and I was like, this does not look fun at all. But I think it's because of this. That does really make me kind of think about my Shaman Tank options. I mean, I got options now, dude. I got rogues. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that does make a lot of sense. It's really, really cool, man. They're getting Water Shield, Shamanistic Rage, reduces all damage you take by 20%. They're getting a flat out damage reduction button. That is super crazy. They're getting Healing Rain for all of our Resto Shamans. Selects the area 15 yards around the target player and heals all the targets. That is legit. We'll fly through the rest. Here comes Paladin. My good old main. Come on now. Divine Storm! Yes! Bro, Ret Paladins are actually going to be a thing in Season of Discovery. That is so cool. That's a really good AoE ability. Horn of Lordaeron. The Paladin blows the Horn of Lordaeron, which increases the total strength and agility. What? A raid buff? Wow. This is pretty much a the shout from Warriors, pretty much. That's pretty crazy. Aegis increases your block value, so that's going to be tank. Ah, Divine Sacrifice. Nice. That's going to be really, really cool, which is sweet. Inspiration Exemplar. Your inspiring presence periodically dispels fear. Periodically? Is this going to be a passive, like, fear ward? That is crazy. Rebuke, they're getting an interrupt. Ooh. If more classes are getting interrupts, I wonder if they will make interrupts more prevalent in the game. This is really, really crazy. Oh, AJ, Beacon of Light is coming to Classic. Wow, bro. And officially, the moment you've all been waiting for, Prot Paladins are finally getting their actual taunt in WoW Classic Season of Discovery. Let's go. WoW Paladin tanks will no longer be a meme. Let's go, baby. Oh, that's going to be so good, dude. That's going to be so good. Guys, this looks incredible. I am very, very, very excited for the release of Season of Discovery in a few weeks. We'll be playing it on stream. And again, if you don't know how it works, all you have to do is find these runes around the world. You have to discover them in-game. And then you select them and you just put them on your armor. So you can see some go on chest, some go on legs. You can only pick one at a time, and that will determine your playstyle. And again, if you guys are looking for a positive community to be able to play Season of Discovery, play the new War Within expansion, and just all World of Warcraft, our community, Unity Gaming, is on a mission to bring an end to toxicity and loneliness in World of Warcraft, and we'd love to give you a place to belong. Link in the description below. Come be a part of our raid teams ranging from Normal to Mythic, community nights, transmog events, and so much more. And of course, subscribe to this channel for more World of Warcraft content. Get yourself plugged into the community, and thank you for everyone that watched and support. You guys are amazing. We'll see you in the next one. Perfect. All right, just in time for the good old World of Warcraft. We got 1 minute. I had to wrap that thing up quickly because this show ain't gonna start itself, baby. Come on now. We got 1 minute, I believe. Wait, am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? Are we? We weren't before, but we are now. Let's go.
Omen. Game live.
Let's go, baby. We're ready. We're ready, man. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go. Cal, I did hear Metin say that he's playing a Pally main. Come on now, you love to see it. Oh, you love to see it. I'm so pumped. No, Brooksy, God Squad Church is going on right now. Yeah, I won't be there today. You know, it's part of my job today. And I'm a WoW content creator. I can't not cover the biggest World of Warcraft event of the year. But I'll be watching it tomorrow. It's as if I was at BLIZZCON. I wouldn't be at church right now, right? Because I'd be, again, covering the biggest WoW event of the whole year. So God understands sometimes, like, you go to work. That's the way it is. All right, here we go, baby.
We're starting the day off right. Here's the World of Warcraft Deep Dive.
Hey, the World of Warcraft Deep Dive. Let's go, baby. Guys, across all platforms, put the hype in the chat. We're getting ready for all the information coming at you right now. Come on now. Let's go.
Good afternoon, BlizzCon. So good to be back. Whether you are here in the arena with me right in front of me, whether you're watching from elsewhere in the halls, whether you're joining us from the comfort of your home, thank you for taking the time to join me for this deeper, closer look at what's coming next in the War Within.
Let's go.
I love you too.
Oh, by the way, if y'all want to join the watch party,
I love you,
right
BlizzCon.
now. BlizzCon waiting room in my Discord, right above.
Morgan and Maria gave you
I'll
kind of
drag
a
you
sneak
in.
peek at some of what's coming. Today I want to spend a bit more time giving you more information on the core features of War Within, as well as a few things that didn't get mentioned at all yesterday.
Oh,
So,
more info.
Beginning, just a little teaser there. So to begin, let's talk delves.
Okay.
So what is a delve? As you heard yesterday, delves are these quick bite-sized epic adventures for flexible-sized groups, either solo or with up to 5 players. They are role agnostic, so it doesn't matter if you're a couple DPS, if you're a healer and a tank, if you're a solo healer.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna make it work. We're gonna meet you where you are, how you want to play.
Hopefully
Delves
a better
are
better
a new
Torghast.
end game pillar. This is a permanent addition to World of Warcraft going forward and represents kind of a capstone to the outdoor world experience.
Hello, friends.
We've had dungeons, we've had raids, we've had organized PvP, and I think we've had some stuff for outdoor world players to dabble in. But if you wanted progression, if you wanted goals, if you wanted a deeper, more structured experience, frankly, we were letting you down. We want to change that. That's what delves represent
It's really
in World
cool.
of Warcraft.
More content for more types of players. I think it's so great, man.
So structuring this, really we want to approach it as something that you are going to be engaging in all season long with variety and flexibility in how you approach it, and the replayability of the content is kind of a mainstay of what it's all about. But also want to build in progression. Now I think if you're an outdoor world focused player, a lot of the time it's just about kind of spending your time doing a thing, going to a place, completing an event, but there aren't necessarily goals to work towards. There aren't necessarily reasons to be excited about getting an item upgrade because it's going to let you do something you haven't been able to do before. A difficulty progression built into delves is going to enable us to offer that.
Oh, nice.
Now, there's
That's
a
really
lot of
cool.
lessons we've learned over the years from building this type of content, whether it was
Look at his
Torghast and
shirt, one
Shadowlands,
sword.
Island
Words,
Expeditions,
it's so good.
scenarios, you can throw in horrific visions in that list. We've learned a lot about how to tune these sorts of experiences, how to design them for flexible scaling groups of different sizes, of different role compositions.
His shirt is amazing.
About what's fun and what isn't. But we've also learned, based on your feedback, about what not
so
to do
good.
in some cases, in terms of how we structure it, how we present it. I think a key aspect of saying this is an endgame pillar is that it's an offering in parallel to the others, to dungeons, to raids. If you want to do this, if this is your jam, if this is your type of gameplay, we're there for you, and we want this to be as deep as you want it to be. If you're happy running Mythic Plus and you just want to focus on that, we're not looking to add another item to the checklist of things you feel you have to do to compete. It's an alternative. Unlike Torghast, which is something that we did kind of say, everyone has to do this, whether you like it or not, whether you'd rather do something else or not. That gets back to some of the philosophies that Morgan touched on yesterday and how we're approaching designing and evolving World of Warcraft. We want to meet you where you are. We want to respect your time.
Yep.
We want to offer you the ability to choose how you want to spend that time each day, each night in Azeroth.
That's a really great change. That's really good. The preach!
In terms of the character of delves and what a specific one will be like, the vibe here is about unraveling mysteries, it's about exploring, it's about feeling like an extension, a seamless extension of the outdoor world experience. These are not dungeons. Every dungeon
I hated Torghast
is
too.
ultimately about killing a series of bosses or boss-like encounters, and the dungeon is over when you kill the final baddest boss at the end of the dungeon. And that's kind of the structure that they all have to conform to. As much as we try to vary the formula a bit, that's pretty much what they're going to be.
Makes sense.
In the outdoor world, things are a bit different. We can, break some more of the rules. And really, at the end of the day, the one consistent thing about delves is that they're all going to end with a room full of treasure. Some of those will have a final boss guardian in front of them. Others, you may be, just exploring, traversing the delve, flipping switches, solving a puzzle, defeating lieutenants, gathering things that you need to open the vault door. We can vary the gameplay, we can vary the feel of the experience. These are going to be instanced experiences, but they are seamless. When you walk up to, this, as I'll show in a second, a fog door at the entrance to a cave, at the entrance to a structure, you're just going to walk in, no loading screen, and now you're in a delve.
Oh, nice.
You want to make sure this really feels like part of an extension of the outdoor world.
I didn't think that'd be a thing. Yeah, no loading screen, that's really nice.
Now, as part of an endgame pillar, that means we're going to tie this into seasons. So, as well as a narrative progression over the course of a given season, there will be increasing rewards, increasing difficulty, and a change of pace, whether you're in Season 1 of War Within, Season 2, and so forth. Part of that is going to be the NPC companion that will be accompanying you on your adventures. The Season 1 companion, as I mentioned yesterday, is our good friend, Bran Bronzebeard. Now, what does this mean? What does a companion mean in practice? Well, it's a few things. One, it's definitely a narrative hook. It gives us a chance to help give context for your adventures, kind of narrate what you're going through. But also, it's a chance to kind of play with the mechanics and complement your playstyle. As Bran adventures with you, you might find some gear for Bran. You might be able to gear Bran up. You'll be able to spec him and customize his abilities to complement what you or your friends are bringing to the group, whether you want more survivability, whether you want help with someone to tank, whether you want more control. This can help us balance the experience as well and give you another vector for your progression over the course of the journey. Now, I know this has kind of been very high level. I want to just give a couple of specific examples, just kind of a day in the life of someone jumping into delves in War Within.
Show us the things.
So let's say you are casually journeying across the Isle of Dorne and its pastoral beauty, and you come across this structure with that fog door set into it, and you decide to venture in.
It looks very dwarven.
So as you venture in, you are, as I mentioned, seamlessly in the delve, and you will find, just huddled inside the entrance, a group of expedition scouts who have come to this place. They've heard reports of great secrets, great treasures, powerful relics stored within, but they've been unable to proceed further because they tell you, and Bran is among them, mind you, they tell you this place, there's an unnatural, there's a disturbing darkness that has settled over this entire vault, and we can't proceed. Fortunately, they have in their possession a relic that they have brought that is an enchanted candle that can light the way. It has a little light radius around it. If you think back to the Vault of the Warden's dungeon, if you remember that in Legion, what the basement was like, where it really felt like just like a dark, scary place, but you could have this beacon in the darkness to guide your way, you have one of those. But, they tell you, it has very limited fuel. They dare not proceed on their own because they worry they're just going to get trapped in the darkness and destroyed by the terrors within. But you, of course, being the champion who's come along, you're up to the task. So you take that candle with its light radius that will begin to shrink progressively as your limited fuel burns, and you take some steps into the delve. Now, who do you find in here? Well, as it happens, you run across fellows like this guy. More jacked than your average kobold, but there's a lot of kobolds in here. And as you know, as any World of Warcraft player knows, where you find kobolds, you're going to find candles. And this guy's going to put up a fight, but it being World of Warcraft and all, you're going to take his candle. And you're going to take the candles of his allies and his brethren. And, that will help fuel this magic light that you have, help keep the light burning so that you can traverse the entire delve, defeat a couple of lieutenant-type enemies, bosses, solve a puzzle or two, and at the end, you make your way into the vault room that Bran is able to open once you bring him there, and you find this mock-up, work in progress of a treasure room, heaping with riches, treasure chests of various shapes and sizes. Some of the smaller ones, you can just walk up and open, collect a range of items, currency, rewards, you name it. But you'll find a couple of extra large, resplendent chests in this room. Those may require special keys to open. Now, those keys you would obtain from doing kind of outdoor content, weekly quests. They're a bit more limited in how you can get them, but also allow us to offer and pace out the best rewards. They're on par with some other endgame content to make sure it's not, infinitely grindable or anything like that, but it's an extension of your outdoor world loop if this is your playstyle.
It's really cool, actually.
Now, let's say
it's really cool.
You come back to the same delve on another day. You might find that there isn't a magical darkness settled over the place. Instead, there are earthen locked in battle with kobolds, and you can help turn the tide of that fight as you work your way through, dealing with some different challenges along the way. Variety, replayability, lots of layers to the experience.
It's not infinitely grindable, he said.
Now, so you venture back out into the zone, heading off to a different corner of it, and you come across this cave surrounded by mushrooms. It's known in legends as fungal folly. Now, maybe not being the wisest adventurer, that sounds like a great place to enter, so you take a few steps forward. In here, you might find an environment where, whether it's due to unusual ores or whatever in the walls, the rules of gravity are a bit topsy-turvy. And you'll find mushrooms scattered around the cave that you can use as basically jump pads to help navigate the environment, to skip over enemies you want to avoid, to reach high up ledges that you couldn't otherwise get to. You're starting to get the idea, like, this is more the world as toy vibe that we try to play with when we're creating outdoor events, outdoor spaces. These are not mechanics you'd necessarily find in a dungeon, but I think the team really is unshackled, is freed to explore a much wider array of gameplay when we're building delves. So let's talk a bit more about the loot. So actually, before we talk about the loot, these are the 12 delves that we currently have planned, scattered throughout the 4 zones, each themed around the ecologies, each themed around the settings that you're going to find. Now, some of the attentive among you may be saying, wait a minute, Morgan's slide said there were 13 delves yesterday. He might be right, but there also might be a secret delve that you have to explore a bit more to discover that awaits you.
That's nice.
So yeah, loot. Part of being a seasonal pillar means going to the Great Vault every week and getting to share in that disappointment that your raiding and dungeon playing brethren have also had the pleasure to enjoy.
This is really cool.
Just want to make sure you don't feel left out.
World Explorers now get their own track in the vault. This is sick.
Yeah, so you'll note this isn't a delves row. This is a world row, and really that is enshrining these 3 PvE pillars: raids, dungeons, world. You'll be able to unlock some of these slots doing select outdoor world activities, as well as, of course, delves with better rewards from higher difficulty delves. Our thinking in terms of the rewards here, this is all subject to tuning, is that this should reach to, let's say, end boss heroic raid, mythic 10 to 15 type range, accessible just via solo progression. Far better loot than you've ever been able to get before.
That's really good, dude. That's really good.
And now, I'm sure this is, I know this is the delve section, but I'm sure there's folks looking at this and being like, wait a minute, what about the PvP row?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what is that?
Don't worry.
Where'd it go?
Don't worry, we got you. We are removing the PvP row from the vault.
Interesting.
We're doing that based largely on feedback that we've heard that randomness and PvP gearing maybe are not the best combination. I know it took a few years to get that message through to us. So the way this is going to work is instead, you're going to get a whole lot more conquest. You're going to gear up at the same rate overall, but you will have complete control over your gearing path, just spending your conquest on the items that you want. With easier catch-up, if you come in late in the season, you don't have to worry about having missed certain vault weeks. Also, if you're someone who PvPs a lot and you raid,
I respect
you don't
that.
have the awkward choice of that raid trinket versus the PvP item that's going to help your arena partners. So,
because I hated that for like 2 weeks, and then I just stopped doing it because I was like, I have to pick the PvE gear for my mythic raid. So I guess I just gotta not keep making progression as PvP. That's so good.
Good news for everyone.
That's a really,
now,
this is
aside
a great
from,
PvP change.
just power, also you get silly hats. Nothing more to say here. These just.
Let's go.
These are just a few examples of the array of cosmetic rewards that will be exclusive to delves, reflecting the varied ecologies and environments you're going to be facing. So, silly hats, World of Warcraft.
Hey, gotta love it. Gotta love
silly. Just as, let's say, Mythic Plus players have a mount that they can earn over the course of a given season, this customizable flying mount will be exclusively available through thorough completion of the delve experience. You'll note the customizability of it. This will be customizable the same way you can customize your current dragon riding drakes at the rostrum. Just modularly.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Luna transmog
It's pretty cool.
ideas for
I love our
days.
artists.
That's so cool.
Okay. Up next.
Warbands.
Warbands.
This we want to hear a lot about. Vanilla Masco, welcome on TikTok. Good to see you, friend. Hopefully doing well.
I feel like I could probably just save 10 minutes of this panel by just saying account-wide everything and like just click through the next slides. But kind of that. So I don't know if you guys know this, but turns out y'all play a lot of alts.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
do.
Actually, the number of characters per person in this room in particular is like some insane average. But the average WoW player today plays multiple characters.
Yeah.
The two-thirds of players who have a level 70 have multiple level 70s. Half of players have 3 or more. Most people are playing multiple characters a week. And that's not something the game, it's no secret, has always done the best job of supporting.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better though.
Part of that is because World of Warcraft 20 years ago was built with very different assumptions. And I both mean design-wise, but actually engineering-wise as well. The infrastructure and the architecture that was built. Back then, it took hundreds of hours to level a single character, of course, and playing alt seriously.
It was way harder back in the day.
Far from the norm. But we've kind of inherited, we're still working with, we have been working with those foundations to this day. And so when we get requests for them, when we talk about alt friendliness, we try to do it, but we're often working against, we're swimming upstream, given the underpinnings of a system that were never designed for this. And that's why you get some, frankly, pretty clunky solutions, like, well, if you want to transfer this currency to your alt, go to a vendor and spend some to buy a different box that contains account-bound currency that you can then mail to yourself, log out, log back in, take the box out of your mailbox, and open it on your alt. Congratulations, you have moved 300 supplies.
Struggle, dude.
Elegant design, ladies and gentlemen. What if we didn't have to do that? So at its core, warbands is, what if we just rebuilt those foundations?
That's so cool.
And created a new future, both for the things we want to offer today and the things we'll be able to in the future, so we're not fighting against the nature of the system, but instead it complements what we want to do.
This is going to be way better.
The focus here is really making it convenient, removing barriers, removing awkwardness in playing alts. We don't want to actively necessarily encourage it. People already want to do it if they do it. One thing the system is not going to be is something that awards you power or makes your main more effective because you have done things on other characters or anything along those lines.
That makes sense.
If you want to play alts, do so. If you just love focusing on a single character, that shouldn't feel wrong either.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some
huge.
examples.
That's huge. That's the right way to go about it. That's the right way to go about it.
Okay, so I'm going to run through these pretty quickly. They're mostly fairly straightforward. It's a bank. It's an account-wide bank.
Nice.
Thankfully.
Dude, that's freaking amazing.
Hopefully, you should never again have to mail something to yourself. You
So
also
mailed
might
by
know
gold,
this, and so
then.
this is giant, lots of storage, extra tabs that can be purchased on the right-hand side, so multiple tabs of these. You can organize them as you want. The very observant, the eagle-eyed, will notice a little checkbox mentioning reagents. If you deposit reagents here, you can craft from the account-wide storage on any of your characters.
Dude. We are getting account-wide banks, gold, and everything in World of Warcraft coming in the new expansion.
Maybe a little new thing. Something that you might put in this account-wide storage are the ability we will now have to create war-bound items that are war-bound until equipped. You might get an item that you can't sell in the auction house or trade, but that you can give to any of your other characters for their use.
What? That's nuts,
These items
dude.
would drop as bonus personal loot from doing a variety of content. They would drop at a slightly lower item level than what that content would normally give you. Again, we want to make sure the right way to play is not, playing on multiple characters to funnel loot to your main, to gear up your main faster.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But just easy potential hand-me-downs, ways of getting an alt caught up, maybe even an excuse to level an alt if you get a really cool item for a class that you haven't had a chance to get up yet. So just an extra layer here, hopefully, making it easier than ever to progress, to accomplish your goals on multiple characters.
Dude, that's incredible.
All right, now, quick rundown of some of the other integrations we have planned. Transmog. Transmog has always been, it's been for a long time an account-wide collection. Key thing here now that really it is being acquired by your warband, that means that now if you were running, say, Ulduar on your mage and a pair of plate shoulders drop, you can still add those plate shoulders to your warband collection.
That's so cool. That is so massive, dude. That really is a massive
Self-explanatory. And then,
change.
if you log on your warrior later, your warrior can equip them, you're good to go. hopefully you don't need to feel like you need to refarm the same stuff on as many different armor types anymore.
That's actually insane.
Reputations, again, fairly straightforward. In War Within, reputations and renowns will work account-wide. We want to make this as retroactive as possible. That will take some work over time. We're probably going to start with dragonflight renowns as a focus and a priority and work our way backwards. But going forward, we want progress earned on reputations to not really matter which character you're doing it on. At the end of the day, it's the same content, it's the same experience. If you've gained access to some perk or some recipe, having to re-earn it, not terribly compelling.
Dang. Dude, they're doing this right, bro.
Here's a really light example, a simple one, just flight paths.
Oh,
As
that's
you
freaking
explore
amazing.
the world, you learn flight paths, you discover flight paths. Is it terribly compelling to have to go back to a spot that you've already been to in multiple characters just to learn a flight path for the 4th time? No. If you have a flight path network unlocked, you have that unlocked across your warband going forward.
That's amazing. So much quality of life
Here's an
updates
example
here,
of,
dude.
something new, just delves. An example of how having this as a foundation means that we can build new systems to inherently work at an account-wide level, just kind of as part of their DNA. As you are advancing Bran as a companion, as you are empowering him, as you're customizing him, again, logging on to a different character and going back to having a weaker Bran that doesn't offer the tools that you've grown accustomed to, that's more frustrating than fun to re-earn those things.
Yeah.
Let's make that progression inherently warband level, inherently account-wide.
That's crazy, bro.
And achievements. We've had account-wide achievements for a long time. No secret, they have the little blue bar over them, indicating that they function at an account-wide level. What Warbands allows us to do is kind of invert that paradigm and change the vast majority of our achievements to be account-wide, to have that actually be the new default. So if you do part of this PvP or crafting or other achievement on one character, part of it on another, your Warband can earn the achievement. Once your Warband earns it, you've earned it. Again, you, the player, are doing the thing.
That's sick, dude. That is really cool.
Oh yeah, and then this.
Whoa! What is this? It's like a Diablo fireside camp kind of thing.
To kind of signal this shift up front, there's no like mechanical functionality here, but just in terms of presentation, what you'll see when you log into World of Warcraft with multiple characters is a selection of your favorite characters huddled around a campfire or another setting. You'll still have your full list accessible, but we want to make it clear that like you, the player, have this cast of characters that if you want to dress them all up in consistent transmogs, go wild.
Dude, that's so cool.
One thing you might note here, if you're very eagle-eyed, also by the way, if you're very eagle-eyed, don't read too much into things like the evoker wearing leather. That's just, it's internal mock-ups. We're not changing anything crazy there. Sorry. But you will note that the evoker's level 13. That's going to be a thing that's possible because they'll start at level 10. But because Dragonflight's going to be the new leveling expansion, by the way, going forward. One thing you might notice is there isn't really much here about realm selection. Warbands are a realm-agnostic, faction-agnostic feature. You will just see all your characters here. If they're on different servers, we'll make it clear that they're on different servers. But you shouldn't have to like go to the change realm screen and swap around. They're just all here.
Oh, that's massive, dude, because that's so annoying to do. Oh, dude, these changes coming in the new expansion are absolutely insane, bro. Wow.
Hero talents. So, at their core, this is a chance for us, as we continue to evolve and advance our class system, to explore some deeper class fantasies.
Yeah.
To look at iconic archetypes like the Farseer or the Dark Ranger or the Mountain King, or others often inspired by major heroes in the Warcraft universe, other times by fantasies that we've heard are really resonant with players, and focus the continued expansion of our classes in that space. Now, Morgan said this yesterday, just to restate, this is a completely flexible system. It's as flexible as your current talents and specs. Nothing like covenants or anything like that. Anytime you could change your talents today, you can change your hero spec. You can swap around your hero talents. They're just talents.
Absolute W.
Now, some of our goals here, of course, we want to offer progression, but we want to do so, frankly, while managing complexity to a certain extent. When we started planning for War Within, we knew, all right, we're going to raise the level cap by 10. 10 new levels means 10 new talent points. The kind of default option for us would have been to take the existing class and spec trees and just add a couple more rows to each of them, add new points to spend, But we've been down that path before. We know exactly where that leads 15 years ago. There's a tremendous amount, there's an insane amount of like multiplicative combinatorial complexity from adding
a lot of big words,
those
dude.
additional options. And it also destroys some carefully constructed choices that are really successful that we've just built up in Dragonflight today, where you can't quite have all of these things and need to pick one or the other. Suddenly, when you can get all of them, it can lead towards homogeneity as well. So this
I don't even know what that means.
approach allows us to both explore deeper class fantasy while focusing the decision space in a way that offers power without that excessive complexity. So the way it's generally going to look is a third talent tree. Again, as mentioned yesterday, at the center of your screen, you have class, you have talent, and in the middle, you have hero talents. You'll note, so there are 10 nodes. There's an initial node that you get as a starter node at the top that you'll get initially when you unlock the system at 71.
Nice.
And then 10 more nodes to unlock. You will get all of them on the way to 80. At level 80, you'll have this fully unlocked, similar to Legion artifacts, let's say. So you don't have to agonize over where you're placing any choice along the way. Now, the choices that you will make are which hero spec do you want active, and also there will be choice nodes within the trees, just as the class trees and the talent and the spec trees currently have, which you can toggle, adding quite a few permutations to the system as a whole. If you want, as a kind of simpler collapsed view, once you've hit max level, you can just condense it down to only show the choice nodes for easy swapping back and forth to customize your spec for whatever activity you're setting out to do. Now, I want to take a little bit of time to quickly walk through a couple of trees to give a sense of the sorts of things you might find in here. Again, all of this is subject to change, all subject to iteration, and the extensive feedback we know we're going to get. I'm going to use druids a lot as an example here. I'm going to focus on the case of a balanced druid. Part of why the team starts with druids is because y'all are complicated. We figure there's 4 specs, 3 roles. We figure let's try some of the hardest cases first when proving out a design. It's nothing against the mages, warlocks, paladins, etc. But there's a reason why you probably tend to see more druid examples than other classes, because we figure if we can make it work for druids, the rest will be okay.
Yeah, that's smart, actually.
The 2 options available to a balanced druid are this Keeper of the Grove tree and Illudan's Chosen. Keeper of the Grove is available to balance and restoration. Illudan's Chosen is available to balance and guardian. The former focuses on calling the forest to your aid, on summoned treants, and augmenting their abilities and what using that cooldown means for your gameplay. Illudan's Chosen focuses on augmenting your lunar abilities, many of the arcane damage, moon-themed abilities for both specs. So let's look at the Keeper of the Grove tree first. The first node that you're going to get as you just opt in is just kind of a baseline improvement to your throughput while treants are out across the board. This just kind of emphasizes thematically what this tree is about and makes pushing that button, having the treants out, more important to you in every regard. Some of the nodes in these trees are just going to be simple, straightforward passives. Not everything is going to double and triple down on the same treant ability. Some will, like this, regardless of what spec you are, make your treants add additional damage. Oh, by the way, if anyone's worried, wait a minute, but what about the auto taunt? That's a mess in dungeons. We'll let you opt out of that. Don't worry. Or passives could just augment your abilities, your resource pool, and just make you a better druid. An example of choice node, again, this can be about doubling down on and getting more out of having the treants active. Or maybe you really don't want all of your eggs in that basket. Even though you are going into this tree, you want the treants to be important to you. You don't want 100% of your throughput to be focused in that window. You'd rather just have some baseline improvements to all of your abilities, or to some of your core abilities. This is one of the simpler choices available, but the idea is 4 different opportunities to nudge your gameplay in one direction or another within this tree.
It's really cool. More
a capstone talent, again, is often likely to double down on and amplify what the initial point was, just reinforcing that having the treants out is going to be a peak, a spike in your potential, something that you're going to plan around, and just amplify the overall benefits that you're achieving from that. Now, pivoting to Illudan's Chosen, again, this is lunar themed and shared with Guardian Druids. So the first point here is going to call out 3 specific signature abilities, 2 balance, 1 guardian, and make them meaningfully more impactful to your gameplay. For your Guardian Druid, for example, you might read this and realize that, yeah, like Lunar Beam is going to become a pretty powerful defensive cooldown, especially in dungeons. You have a big pull going on. You're leeching a lot of damage back from what you're doing. This is now something that you can really count on and plan around as you approach your gameplay. On the Moonkid side, this of course adds an extra layer to planning and throughput in your rotation. Noting a couple of these things that we're modifying, maybe deeper optional talents in your existing spec trees. We also, where we can, want to offer ways to make sure that you can trigger those effects even if you don't have the baseline talent, though you'll probably want to as well. So this talent just has Fury of Elune triggered as you're doing your regular rotation when you Moonfire, both just naturally. It's a powerful effect that's going to fire more frequently, but also to the extent that the rest of the Elune's chosen tree is tying into it, you'll get those benefits as well. A couple of more passive examples here. Again, just doubling down on magnifying your arcane lunar throughput, and a final capstone ability for this tree that is further reinforcing these core already been
I think this could be really, really cool.
Leave this slide up for a while. These are our current plans for all 39 of the hero specs, so one per current specialization. Some cool fantasies here to explore.
Might be smaller.
I'm definitely really curious to hear community feedback on all of these, which are exciting, which are most resonant, which sound, frankly, maybe a bit lame. Are there any that you hoped you'd see on here that you're not seeing on here? We are well underway building these out, but it's definitely early enough for us to pivot on a lot of these if there's something the community is really excited about. I want to triple super underscore, the example talents I just gave are work in progress, very subject to change. Probably no part of the game is more
main.
Prone to iteration, and for no part of the game is the community input more essential than class design, spec design. To that end, when we move into our alpha, probably in the spring, we want to have as many, if not all of these hero specs playable from the start.
Nice.
So that we have the entire alpha and beta window to iterate on them, to replace the things that aren't working, to dial them all in to where everyone's going to be excited about what they're getting in War Within. It's a long road ahead. We can't wait to share that journey with you and really just collaborate, discuss back and forth every step of the way.
Super cool. Love it. What's up, Brian? Kind of good to see you, friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Hello to everyone that's been joining, by the way. Good to see you guys.
Now some other stuff. Some you've heard about, some you haven't. First off.
Nice.
Aladrace.
Aladrace, baby. More dwarves.
Also blinged out dwarves, or maybe not so blinged out if you want to customize them differently. These are going to be earned just by playing through the War Within campaign fully. There's no rep to grind here, nothing else beyond that. You are.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, baby.
You are meeting the Earthen as, it's a first contact in essence. You're going to learn about the nature of their problems, the nature of their culture. You're going to work with them to overcome those problems, win their trust. And at the end of that journey, it will make sense. It will be a natural next step for them to lend you their aid and join you as either Horde or Alliance. So yes, Horde dwarves.
Horde dwarves?
We haven't yet finalized what the racial abilities are going to be, but the available classes, 10 out of the 13 available classes. Everything but Druid, Demon Hunter, and Evoker. Now on the right side here, you see a concept of the Heritage Armor you'll be able to earn from leveling your Earthen to max level. All right, Dynamic Flight.
Dragon riding is here to stay, baby.
So it was obvious very early on in Dragonflight, probably before Dragonflight even released in beta, that we could never go back to how it used to be. Honestly, we hoped that would be the outcome. We hoped the feedback would be, this is so awesome, we just want this to be how flying works forever. But we immediately began, making plans for what that would mean, because it's the only way to go. And so, dragon riding is going to become the default, no longer just dragons, but dynamic flight now in War Within and beyond.
So epic, dude.
We want to make sure.
There's no going back, absolutely.
Oh, weird. I meant to have two mounts here, but I only see Ashes on the right. But anyway. The key point being, we want to
Invisible.
expand this to the broader
Check W.
array of mounts that you have available. I think the only downside of dragon riding as it exists today is that you don't have much reason to use so many of the mounts that are your favorites visually, aesthetically, that you've earned and done so much to collect. You want to make sure that as much of your collection is viable as possible. So not every single flying mount is going to be able to support dynamic flight. There's some animation logistics to work with there, but as many as we can. It's a 3-digit number. We want a very wide array of mounts being able to just fly the way you've always enjoyed with your dragons.
Okay.
And just to clarify, like, this is the future of flying. So everywhere that you can fly today, you will be able to dynamically fly or dragon ride.
That's sweet, dude.
In fact, not just in the War Within, a little sneak peek, I think in our upcoming 10.2.5 update, you'll be able to dragon ride in Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, Northrend, Outland, you name it.
Nice. Dynamic flying in 10.25. Let's go, baby.
We also understand there are some folks, for accessibility reasons, personal preference reasons, maybe you just like being able to AFK in midair, that dragon riding isn't your favorite. We don't want to take anything away. We want to let all these mounts that can currently do the old school flying mode toggle between dragon riding or let's call it TBC flying. Up to you, whatever you prefer.
Wow. So you'll have the option to normal fly or dynamic fly. That's really cool.
And again, to be clear, dynamic flight will be available from the very start when you go to Kazalgar on the Isle of Dorn, just as it was in Dragonflight. Old school TBC flying, Pathfinder style, will not be available right away, but it will be unlocked shortly after reaching max level with no reputation grind requirements. Just play through the campaign, explore the continents, then you can fly that way as well.
That's sweet, dude.
The existing dragon riding glyph system in the Dragon Isles, we want to pivot that to a bit more of something that's evergreen. Some of those unlocked traits may change to only work within the Dragon Isles. Others that are more essential to just the experience feeling good, like vigor increases, regenerates, the active abilities, are just going to be things that you will inherently get as you earn dynamic flight and level up naturally. We don't want down the line players to feel like they have to go back to an old expansion and fly around and collect a bunch of glyphs just to be able to explore the new expansion. And in that vein, this is going to be the new default for leveling players. I mentioned earlier, when War Within comes out, instead of BFA, Dragonflight will be the new leveling experience that you merge into as a new player after you leave Exile's Reach. And so you're going to get dragon riding very early in that experience. As you just level up, gain player levels, you will improve your flight ability and get all the vigor perks and everything else that everyone has come to expect. And that's just going to be how the game works as a baseline. This is what flight is now.
That's legit. Ebola sounds like they're playing the game again.
Don't worry, PvPers, we haven't forgot you.
New battleground.
This is long overdue. We should have been doing this earlier. So there's a new battleground coming in War Within. It is a 10v10 map set in the Ringing Deeps. This is inspired by Silvershard Mines with a few twists. The Ringing Deeps are a place that's full of natural resources, that's very sort of thing that the Horde Alliance would be likely to skirmish over. I'm going to show you a very rough, early, kind of like top-down mock-up of the layout here. The idea is, unlike Silvershard Mines, which is radial symmetry, this is more, mirrored and reflects the two sides trying to both push their own minecarts to collect resources while also fighting over a pivotal central control point
which I like
that's going to change the outcome and the momentum of the match. This is something that the team has actually been playtesting internally a bunch over the last couple of weeks, having a blast with. When we make battleground maps, we don't really artify them. We keep them really rough, which is why I don't have any good images to show just yet, because it really is all about the layout. There's no point in making it look pretty if the spacing isn't correct, if the exact paths aren't correct. That's going to be the next step. Can't wait to get this in front of everybody to start testing in alpha and beyond. And this isn't just a one-off. We want to keep adding new battleground maps going forward. This is an essential part of the game.
That's good. They've neglected PvP maps for a long time.
And I mentioned 10v10, but we are just about to undertake a little 8v8 solo queue RBG experiment in 10-2 in a week or two.
Oh, yes, true.
So depending on how that goes, you may be experiencing this one 8v8 as well. So stay tuned.
Nice.
Otherwise, we have a few ongoing interface updates that we're continuing to work on. In Dragonflight, we overhauled the HUD, the action bars, the unit frames, the baseline UI experience. We made it clear at the time that that was just the beginning. This is something we want to continue chipping away at, updating different pieces of the UI to be more streamlined, better reflective of the modern gameplay experience. So just a couple of examples here. So the spellbook, we are looking to modernize, update, actually make use of more than like a 1024 by 768 monitor resolution. Ideally,
Dude,
you're not going to have to
great,
flip through multiple pages to find some ability that's not on your action bars. Also, we're combining this with our talent screen. If you look at the tabs at the bottom, you have spec, talents, and spells all in one place.
That's
so it's kind
a
of a
great
one-stop shop
man.
for all the things that your character has available, rather than having two separate windows that you need to move between.
That's a great change. That's a great new change to the spellbook coming in the next expansion. That's huge, bro.
Some light updates here. I think improving the overall aesthetic of the quest log, the quest window. If this is harder to show off just in a single screenshot, but we are adding a bunch of filters to allow you to hide and show different objectives, to see more quests available at once, to filter your log for the things you care about most. We also have a full pass in progress on our quest iconography to make it easier to differentiate between daily and weekly quests and remove our reliance on just shades of color as much as we do, which really it is a color blindness issue for the range of quest bangs where the only difference is what color it is. And again, this is just a couple of examples of ongoing efforts. This is a project that will never be done. We're just going to continue improving and updating different aspects of the UI as we go. Yes. So this one basically speaks for itself. I've mentioned earlier, your warband is a cross-realm construct.
Let's go,
Increasingly,
dude.
so many of the activities that players engage in socially span multiple realms. You have a raid group, you have a Mythic Plus group that you run with, group that you PvP with, but you can't be in the same guild together. Not any longer.
This is the biggest change for Unity Gaming.
When War Within comes out. Apply, recruit. Server shouldn't matter when it comes to joining a guild, when it comes to being in a guild, when it comes to accessing the perks of being in a guild.
That is insane. That is a massive change for Unity Gaming. Like, the biggest Unity Gaming change.
People may be wondering, wait a minute, what does that mean if now guilds are cross-realm? What about Mythic raiding?
Yep. Day one, baby!
If your guild is cross-realm and your guild wants to raid Mythic, you should be able to do that day one. So, no more realm restrictions there.
Dude, there's so much good happening, man!
The Hall of Fame will still exist, just kind of as a memorial of accomplishment, but it's not going to be tied to unlocking anything anymore. That's just there day one. And really, just philosophically, this is another step towards one of our goals of just tearing down barriers, making the game as social as possible, making it as easy as possible to play with who you want to play with, regardless of your server, regardless of your faction. As much as possible, if you want to play WoW with somebody, let's make that happen.
Global servers? Global servers? Question mark?
All right, so that brings us to the end of this whirlwind tour / deep dive of War Within features.
Feels
I
bad.
know there's still a bunch of questions, a bunch more information to share. Can't wait to do that in the coming days and weeks. But to begin, I'd like to invite everybody, if you have questions, if you're here at BlizzCon, go to the Darkmoon Fair in Hall D. You can drop off questions there. If you're if you're going online, you can go to the WoW or WoW Classic subreddits or our official forums and either ask your questions there or upvote others. This coming week, when we get back to the office, we're going to huddle, review the top questions, and record streams for both Classic and for War Within, addressing the top questions to try to get as much information out there as possible.
So good, dude.
So,
Southern Gal, it's like they knew. It's like they knew.
once again, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to begin this journey together with you. Can't wait for the War Within. Enjoy the rest of BlizzCon. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. I love you all.
The legend himself. Yes. I really wonder if they are going to increase the guild cap size. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you, like, we've already got 2 guilds that are almost at cap. They make this cross-realm guild thing, we're going to jump to, like, 7. You know, like, we're going to jump to, like, 7. And so I'm going to need them to increase the cap, dude. Because 1,000 is just, it's just not that much anymore. It's not that much anymore. It's going to be crazy. Yo, Tanarin, welcome, my friend. Appreciate that follow on Twitch. You literal living legend. Welcome, 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 my friend. And so I hope they increase that cap because we're gonna need it to be bigger. Now, thankfully, I already made like 9 Unity Gaming guilds, just all with a different little thing, right? But yes, pal, the new level cap's gonna be level 80. It's 1,000 tunes, not 1,000 accounts. So even if you are one player with like 9 tunes, you will take up 9 spots in the guild. So I really hope they'll do it. I really hope they do it because they need to. They absolutely need to. Because otherwise, dude, we'll be making a new guild like once a month. Especially like and here's the deal, guys. Like, imagine if I was not even Asmongold level, because that is massive, right? But even if I was a Towley level streamer, you know, 2,000 to 4,000 views on average. Through the dark portal. Come on now. Coming in with that good old raid. My goodness, we got a raid coming from Sebel90. Welcome, my friend. Y'all are beautiful human beings. Welcome to the good old BLIZZCON World of Warcraft watch party. Hey, my name is Susie. Pleasure to meet y'all. Massive updates and announcements have been talked about at BLIZZCON, which is just insane. What a time to be a WoW player. Sebel, how was the stream? What game are you playing? And I want to welcome everyone. My name is Susie, and here at Unity Gaming, we're on a mission to bring an end to toxicity and loneliness in the World of Warcraft community. And I got to say massive thank you to you guys popping on in. I appreciate you. You guys are absolutely insane. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Mag, they're just all join Unity. But guys, like, imagine if I was like a Towley level streamer, where, like, for example, right, Towley, who averages like, you know, maybe let's on the safer side, let's say 1,000 to 3,000 viewers, right? So Twitch.tv, and do I already have? I forget how to spell Towley. It's like Towley, right? He has almost 1 million followers. Almost 1 million followers. So I don't know if he has like a guild that people can join or anything like that. I'm not sure. But if you can imagine if someone at his size was doing what we're doing, without exaggeration, he would probably have 50,000 people that wanted to be a part of his guild and community, right? Especially if it was not just a like a hey, come play with the streamer kind of guild, because that's not what Unity is about. So much of Unity is not about come play with the streamer. Unity is about come really be a part of a community that's on a mission together. A corporate contribution to bring an end to toxicity and loneliness in World of Warcraft. And when I say corporate, I mean like business. I just mean like together, we're working together, right? He himself could maybe get hundreds of thousands of people. Crazy. Like, he himself could literally maybe get hundreds of thousands of people. And so if the stream keeps growing, if the community keeps growing, we're going to need a bigger cap, man. Chaotic, we are on the server Illidan. We are on the server Illidan, friend. And you are more than welcome to join us. But even if you're not on Illidan, you can type !WoW community in the chat and join our community. We'd love to have you. Be crazy, man. Crazy. Temptillion, pretty sure he just has a small raiding guild. Yeah, most streamers don't like have their own guild simply because it is a lot of work to run a guild. It's just the truth. It just is. And the reality is, I'll be very honest. From a business standpoint, right? If you are a content creator whose main priority is to create content for a profit, which is nothing wrong with, right? But if that is your main priority, then running a guild is like the worst thing you can do. Because any moment that you spend running the guild is a moment that you're not spending streaming or making videos that would therefore make you money, right? And so, and I know people might say, well, by running a guild, you might like be making, you know, some loyal community members, and then maybe we'll support your stream. And I think there's validity to that, but I think most people have proven, for the sake of making a profit, if you can make money without running a guild and you're just in it for the ease of it, well, then you might as well just not run the guild and just make content like people do and just make money that way, right? When you can make money doing one thing, why would you choose to make money doing two things? And like, why would you do that? Yeah, it's basically like having two jobs. But when you're not in it just for the money, and again, nothing wrong with content creators who are in it, like that's what any job is. Anybody works a job so that they can get a paycheck. That's what we all do. We all go to work. Why? So we can get a paycheck and so we can support our lives. Nothing wrong with any streamer who does not run their own guild. It is a lot of work for no money. So like for most people who are not just like insane, why would you do that? Unless you believe in a greater purpose of what your community and guild is doing. But running a World of Warcraft guild honestly is very similar to like non-profit work, right? Like a non-profit organization. We're sinking a lot of time in because we believe it's making a positive impact to people's lives, right? But no, it doesn't pay. So we're probably not going to see people like Towley, you know, people like that start a guild. But if they did have a full-blown guild with their level of influence, I mean, it would easily have 50, 100,000 people, right? Absolutely. So it's pretty crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And for Towley, just wouldn't make any sense to do that. But I hope they'll do it for us. Absolutely. Ireland, my guild basically fell apart because there was a handful of us building it back up. We just weren't getting the traction we were looking for. Too much work being put into something that wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, so some people have heard me say like, hey, if we're gonna start a Unity community in a different game, there are two things that I needed to have. I needed to have a leader, and I needed to have a content creator. And then some people might say, like, well, why does it need a content creator? Views aren't everything. Absolutely. But what the content creation side of thing is the marketing side of thing. It's what gets the word out there so that more people can know about it. Because the reality is, although there are other ways to grow a community outside of content, absolutely there are ways to do it. But it's much harder and it takes much longer, right? It's significantly harder and it takes significantly a longer period of time. So like what Ireland is saying is what happens with a lot of guilds sometimes is they're putting in so much work and they have these big dreams and aspirations for it to go somewhere. But then without that level of just exposure, it's just really hard for it to grow. And then you're only working on word of mouth and then on the forums. And that's a lot of work rather than taking 30 seconds to make a clip, taking 20 minutes to edit it, and then it gets 10,000 views. Like, it's just the principle of work smarter, not harder, right? But not everyone's a content creator. So I'm not really willing to have a community that doesn't have a content creator because it is just signing up to do it like the mega hard way. But there's nothing wrong with those that do it that way. There's beauty in small guilds. There's a lot of greatness in that too. But then what happens sometimes is then the guild leaders are like, hey man, we're putting in all this work and we're not experiencing the growth we'd like to see. But then again, growth isn't always the answer either, right? If you have a guild that has been the same 20 people for 10 years, but those 20 people are experiencing great friendship, like great experience, they're clearing content, having a blast, does it need to get any bigger? No. Like that thing is working great just the way it is. But ideally in a I probably won't say that. But yes, it's a lot of work to do both. Correct. It's a lot of work to do both. And I can almost guarantee I can guarantee you, if Towley or Asmongold or any of these big WoW streamers wanted to have their own full-blown community, I guarantee they wouldn't run it. They would pay someone else to run it. Absolutely. It wouldn't make any sense. They could pay someone to run their guild for 50K a year, right? Or they could spend half their time doing it and lose 300K a year. It's just simple math. They would have to make way less content, spend way less time streaming. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Wouldn't at all. Coach, Susie Live, it would be cool if they combined Warband with Guild, so you join your Warband, not your tunes. So you join your Warband. Well, here would be the pushback on that. So I see what you're saying. Like, are you saying, Coach, if one of your tunes joins a guild, then all of your tunes join that guild? I think some people wouldn't want that, right? Like, for example, we have a lot of people in our community who are in another guild, like that they raid with, they've been there for a long time, but they want one of their characters in Unity. They don't want all of them. So if they gave you the option to, like, hey, join guild, there's a lot of cons with that, dude. Because especially if we got cap sizes, then I might not want to give everyone the ability to just auto put 37 tunes in the guild, right? I actually might not want you to do that, because if we're capped at 1,000, then I might be like, hey, bro, can you maybe just bring like 3, you know? Because like we're out of space. So it's tough. It's tough, man. St. Pierre, I haven't seen the video of his house, but I've seen like clips of it. Absolutely. Dun, 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 dun. Luna, everyone should go to the forums and ask the question about increasing the guild caps. They are reading. They will likely get the hint. Yes, friends, as a community, let's go do this right now. WoW forums. Let's go to the WoW forums. And I've never done this before. I've never done this. But let's see. Yes, we're going to watch the guild clash together, by the way. And that I think is going to start. Yeah. I want to watch the PvE one, more importantly. And I got to figure out when that is. All right, how do I do this? So is it general discussion? I think. Submit your questions for the WoW development team here. I'm assuming this might be it. And the activity is 1 minute ago, so people are. Yes, here it is right here. All right, submit your questions. Bum bum. Please submit your questions by November 5th, which is tomorrow. Do I click here? I do. How do I? Oh, am I not logged in? Is that why? No, I don't want to try WoW for free. I already have WoW, and it's definitely not free. At least not for me. All right, let me just log in real quick. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, authenticator. Approve. Request approved. Come on. All right, you're gonna. There we go. Sick. Okay, we're back in. We're back in. All right. I've never done this, so submit your questions for WoW Q&A here. Please submit your questions here. Okay.
Hey, I think you would just hit reply to the post.
Where is the? Oh, I see. Okay, replies. I've never done this.
Yeah, go click the link where it says here by November 5th.
Okay. Oh, there's a reply button. I see it. I see it. You're a beast.
Yeah.
There it is. All right.
And then just hit reply.
With cross-realm guilds being introduced in War Within, are there any plans to increase the 1,000 player 1,000 player guild cap, or potentially make it 1,000 accounts rather than characters? Our community, Unity Gaming, really strives to create a positive, unified space, experience in space, but the 1,000 player cap, dun dun dun, we see. With Cross Realms being introduced in War Within, are there any plans to increase the 1,000 player cap or potentially make it 1,000 accounts rather than characters? Our community Unity Gaming really strives to create a positive, unified experience in space, but the 1,000 player cap can make this challenging by needing multiple guilds. Thanks so much. I'm going to need you all to help with this, by the way. Thanks so much for all you do. The future of WoW looks incredible. Let's go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to reply and then I'm going to link it to you guys. So that all of you guys can upvote it. And I'm going to look for... You are lying to me. Did I just post that? From my Volpera? I didn't know that was a thing. All right, Control F. Unity. Oh my goodness, bro. A level 10 Volpera Warlock is the one who posted this? I must change it. I can't have that, dude. I must represent my paladin with pride. We're deleting this. Deleted by author. And we are reposting. We're starting over. All right. Change character. I want it to be from... but then again... He's in the wrong Unity... not the wrong, but he's in the one with a character, so I want to post from the normal one. But then his name is Souza. I might do Big Susie. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add on it too. Yeah, I'm going to do Big Susie. Click on you. Hello? All right, I think that worked. Dang, people are posting like crazy right now, dude. Bro, I can't get to the top. People are posting so fast. Dude, let's stop this. Okay, hold on. We're starting this over. General discussion. Stop this. Stop this. I just want to post. General discussion. Submit your question. Yes, there we go. Reply. Okay. And I'm actually gonna add on to it. By needing multiple guilds with different names and having to utilize special characters. It can be hard to feel like one big guild. Actually, I'm going to change that. It can be hard to feel like one big guild. When having multiple guilds means having different names or having utilized special characters. There we go. Let me reread that again. Our community at Unity Gaming really strives to create a positive, unified experience in space, but the 1,000 player cap can make this challenging. It can be hard to feel like one big guild when having multiple guilds means having different names or having utilized special characters. That's it right there. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And I might actually change this to get straight to the question. Are there any plans to increase 1,000 player guild cap to accommodate for cross-faction guilds? I don't know how to spell accommodate. There we go. I like this. Okay. All right. I am going to reply with this. Yeah, I tried to make the first question very clear and brief, and then if they want, they can read more information. I understand that they might probably skim a lot of these, but the question at first is very, very clear and very, very short. Absolutely. Dun, 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 dun. And that's why I have a space. Yeah, social media experts say that humans these days will not read beyond your third line. They will not read beyond your third line. All right, here's what I need y'all to do. Here's my post. How do I... Oh, how do you guys even help me with it? Oh, I have a heart.
Yeah, click the chain.
Nice. All right. Friends, I need everyone across
all
platforms. Me. You're a beast. To go like that. The more likes it get, I think it like pushes it up.
That I have no clue.
And I'm going to put it in the...
They did. They said the more upvotes it gets, the more they'll...
Nice.
More likes and more comments.
All right. I'm tagging everyone on Discord. I'm doing it.
Luna also posted, so like hers as well.
Oh, Luna, you posted? Oh, right below.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Like hers, right below mine too. Unity Gaming.
Yeah, I posted one too, but it was a little bit up there.
Like them both. Like them both. I'm going to post it in Discord. Unity, we need your help to get Blizzard to remove the 1,000 player guild cap. Please click this link and simply hit the heart button to like it. The more likes, the more chances Blizzard will see it. And yes, I'm tagging everyone. This is a tag everyone type moment. All right, perfect. Everyone's been tagged. Dun, dun. Luna, I love it. Any possibility of adding customizable player housing? Let's go. Yeah, and I wonder, Luna, if because we're in the same guild, I wonder if ours gets like put together. Because we're not like the same number ticket or whatever. If that's what that number even means. I'm not sure. Oh, it's based on time submitted. Gotcha. Okay. I put it in WoW News. I posted that in WoW News. And let me go quickly look at the... When is BlizzCon Guild Clash? Because that I do want to watch. Yeah, but what time? I want to watch the PvE. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I posted something in Discord.
What was it? Where'd you post it? Oh, what was it? Where'd you post it?
In general chat. The 10.2 showcase is at 2 p.m. PST. What time is it? So 13. So yeah, that would be coming up in 40 minutes. And if I'm, 1300's 1 o'clock. Yeah, so 2 o'clock is 10.2 Mythic Showcase, and then the dungeon finale is at 4:30 PST.
4:30. Okay, so that's 7:30. Okay, sweet deal. Yeah, selling up boats on the and Luna, I just uploaded it. So I put me and Luna's links in here. Go upvote them, guys. You could be the reason Blizzard removes the guild cap, or it just like increases it. Like, even if they just doubled it, that would help so much. That would help so much. Coach, I didn't see yours, bro. Yeah, apologize if I missed it. Yeah, I didn't see it, bro. But thank you for posting, man. I'm not sure if it's better to have 1 million posts with a few likes each, or 1 or 2 posts with 1 million likes. I'm not sure. I'm assuming the more likes would probably be the better one. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's see if we can find... I want to see the actual schedule.
Hey, look at that. Y'all two's both got 22 likes together.
Hey, 22 likes. Let's go. It's getting
10
up
on
there.
yours and then 10 on Luna's. Or 10 on yours and then 12 on Luna's.
It's getting up there, man.
Oh, 13 and 11 now.
I want to see this. But I want to know the exact times. And where was that post about the Guild Clash you said you posted?
Hold on. It is. It was about an hour, 2 hours ago. Here, I'll.
No, what channel?
Oh, in general.
In
in there. Yeah.
In the community tab?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go see. I want to see this schedule. Oh, nice. Okay, so Guild Clash. I thought Guild Clash was the.
I think Guild Clash was the PvP thing that was going on.
Okay, yeah, so I see it. So then for my time, 5 p.m. is the Mythic Plus Showcase. 7:30 p.m. is the Dungeon Final. I don't know what Community Night is. And then 9 p.m. Oh, the rate. I want to see that. That I really want to see.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be up. Well, I'll be up, but I don't know if I want to stay at my computer on that.
Yeah, Ireland. I think they're doing some of the raid bosses, man. I think they're doing almost like a little mini race to world first kind of thing. But like just for fun. This is sweet. So then I don't think we have anything really going on until what,
another 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Sweet deal. Okay. Yeah, a little
I'm going to
mini
sit here
MDI.
and watch the posts on the forums get longer and longer.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thank you, man. That's really cool. Hopkins, these are in Pacific time. So these are 3 hours behind Eastern.
Right at 1,200 people or 1,200 posts.
People are spamming. I mean, they only have one day to do it. They don't do it today. Tomorrow closes.
Oh, they started it yesterday. So.
Oh, did they? Okay, so they had 2 days in total then. Yeah, I do want to go look at it too. Let's go look at Luna's post. Hey, 16. Now, are these organized like from most liked to least liked?
Hey, there's mine.
This has got 14, 23. Bum, bum, bum. These would actually be interesting to read through, too. Dun, dun. These are legit, man. These are legit. All right, well, we got 45 minutes. I'm trying to feel out how today is going to be because we got 45 minutes until that. I don't know how long that's going to be. And then 6 p.m. is Hermit's raid walkthrough for the 10.2 raid. I'm assuming this will be more than 1 hour. So those both are going to go on at the same time, probably. That's from 6 to 8. And the Mythic Dungeon final will also be in the middle of it as well. Dun, dun, dun. See. The bright side is you and Luna's posts aren't the only ones mentioning increasing guild caps. That's really good. If there's just a ton of people promoting it, then that'll be super sweet. That'll be super, super sweet. All right, friends. Well, I think here's what's going to happen for right now. I've got 45 minutes, and I need to get back every moment of downtime that I can because I have a ton of things to do before I leave Monday for Texas with my wife to go speak at that event. So there's kind of 45 minutes of downtime, and normally on a regular week that we'd play some WoW, we would kind of chill. But I need to get back every moment downtime that I can. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave. Probably gonna leave. Yeah, that BLIZZCON. Dun dun dun. Graphic up. Where you at, bruh? Dun dun dun. Hermit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it by ear, bro, because I've got a million things to get done. I've got your event and then just all of BLIZZCON, and I would like to do all 3 of those, but I cannot do all 3, especially since they're all happening at the exact same time. So I can't promise I'm going to be there, bro. If you're recording it, that's great. That way I can watch it maybe at a later time. But if there's some sick content that I just need to cover, I might have to do that. And depending on some stuff I'm able to get done, I may not be able to do any of them because I've got lots of IRL stuff to get done before I leave. So, but for now, where is this graphic? Dun, dun, dun. I definitely have the graphic. Where you at, bro? You do see a Luna puppy. Yeah, you do. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet. All right, friends, here's the deal. All other platforms except for Twitch are going to go down. I will leave Twitch on. I can't leave Kick on because the viewer count matters too much as I'm trying to get that hourly rate. But here's what's going to happen. All the platforms are going to go down except for Twitch. And I am going to return in 40 minutes for the 10.2 Mythic Plus showcase. We'll watch that together. So for those that are watching on YouTube, watch it on TikTok, watch it on the good old Kickaroonie. You guys have been incredible. Thanks for hanging out today. These streams will not go back up for the rest of the day. Everything else from this point on will happen over at twitch.tv/ShreezyLive. If you guys want to be a part, be sure to watch it there. I love your faces. TikTok, you are probably the only platform that will go back up a little bit later. Thank you so much for hanging out today. You guys are incredible. I love your faces. Be blessed. Be kind. We'll see you back in 39 minutes and 22 seconds. Peace!